Brosef underscore the underscore mighty just resubscribed for 31 months. 31A.
Hello. Hello, hi. Welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. How are we doing? How are we doing? Are we ready for murder? I would never murder, though, so. All right, let me give everybody. I sent everybody invites, like, with a minute left on the counter, so. Go. Oh my God. Okay. But for why? Session settings. Player list. Okay. I'll close the lobby and I'll open a new lobby. You're one of the few people who could pull me out of my Twitch slumber. I feel so blessed. Feel so blessed. All right, only invited players can join your lobby. Create the lobby. Okay, let's try again. Okay, invite friends. Nicholas, JJ, Dirge, Yaga, and Broseph. Yeah, see? You guys can see all my notes. All right, if this doesn't work in another minute. Oh, phew, I thought it was just me. Okay. Crap, stays on though. Okay. Try hidden. Okay, I'll do that one then. All right, hidden. Lobby's invisible, but anyone can join you via Steam. Should I close my... All right, I'll try it one more time. If this does not invite my friends, I will close the game and try again. I will close and try again. Says you can join me through Steam though. Since Nick, since you're in here, you can see if it'll let you join straight through Steam. If not, I'll just restart my game. It may be me, which doesn't make sense, but it may be me. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna close my game. I'm gonna close my game. Quit the game. And I will just reopen the game in general. Okay. Let me get into the lobby again. Okay, I'm in lobby creation. Let's try hidden. Create the lobby. All right. Now, invite friends. 1, 2, 3, 4. We lost Dirge though. Oh, yay! Yay! Someone. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
I'm fine and not choking on anything.
Oh my god.
Hi.
All right. So Dirge just needs another invite once he's online.
Who is everybody?
It's the
I'm
same.
still monologuing. Give me just a second.
Okay. My game. Okay. So it's the same people. Chaos should be joining momentarily, and then the only person who's new tonight is Nick Peak.
And Dirge.
Well, and Dirge, but Dirge isn't new to like the group.
Right.
Right.
Dirge is old.
Dirge is an old fart.
Old and bitter.
Old and bit. All right, here's Nick's invite again. All right, and then once Dirge gets back in the game, I can invite him. Oh. Rosef died already. It's not letting. You have to go back. You're not in the game though. I can't even. I won't invite. Like everyone managed to get in now, so try again.
Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hello? Hello?
I don't hear Yaga. Yaga, no hear you.
You're so quiet. My video stopped being full screen for some
There we
reason.
go. All right, and then once Nick's back.
Everything got scary. Okay, there we go. We're just gonna run around.
Are you gonna be? Are you gonna be
We'll
blue
die
this
if I
time?
keep running. It couldn't possibly die if I just run.
GG.
What do you mean?
Okay. Hi. Are you gonna be blue this time? Oh, did my game? No, it didn't. Okay.
Who dat? Who dat?
It's Dirge.
Dirge.
It's
you.
Dirge. It's Dirge.
It's you.
Oh my
Hello?
god, it's Dirge.
Hello. You're
Oh, wait.
so quiet.
Yeah, Dirge is very quiet.
Turn up your mic. You have to turn up your mic.
You're quiet.
Turn up your
Stop
mic.
Hello.
Turn up your mic.
Hello? You
You
sound like
have to
you're
go into
2
your
rooms
settings and
away.
turn up your mic. You're so quiet.
Oh my god.
I love this is all that we do in this game is just yell.
A scream. I know. I was like, Mom, are you gonna be home tonight? Like, are you gonna go to your boyfriend's tonight? She's like, I wasn't sure yet. I was like, you might want to. She's like, what?
Yeah, you gotta.
It's like,
We are very
I was like, there's gonna be
loud.
some screaming.
Subscribe. Is this what I look like? There
Sometimes
we
we scream.
Sometimes we scrum. All right, so we're just waiting for Nick.
Sometimes we say good job, and sometimes we scrim.
Hello? Did you fix your mic? Hello?
Wait, do you have push to talk
Hello?
on?
Hello? I don't hear you. Are you
Dirt.
talking?
Order you talk.
Still haven't.
so
Yaga's. Oh,
quiet.
Yaga left. She's probably coming back.
Oh, yeah,
Before
they're
he was
gone.
quiet, now he's just silent.
Just make sure if you scrolled, your mic is If you scrolled, your mic is muted.
Yeah, scroll is muty, and then also
no, he's not. He's not muted on the thing. His voice
Does it
is.
show
Are
you
you
do.
stream
Yeah, I can see a
sniping?
screen right now.
Are you stream
I'm-
sniping?
I'm stream
You
sniping.
strip sniping? Sniper, no sniping!
Snap!
I can't lurk in other people's chats while I'm streaming. It just fucks everything up.
Oh.
And it makes me sad. Cause I wanna be a lurky turkey.
Oh, there's Dirge
I like
again.
how when you get close to somebody's face, their eyes go cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Have we somehow muted Dirge?
Excuse?
Like
No.
ourselves? All
No.
of us, every single
No.
one?
Okay, it should be working now.
I hear Yaga.
Hello!
Yeah. Look at I'm so excited. I'm gonna die.
Well, that's what you get. That's what you get.
Who dat?
Oh.
Nicholas!
Blue! Oh my god!
Hey.
Hey.
It's
Hey.
okay. One has eyelashes and one
Hey.
does not. That's how you tell difference.
Oh hey.
Wait, am I also blue?
Yeah, that's why I asked if you were gonna stay blue or change back to purple.
I'm changing my color.
Nicholas Peakless is gonna change his color.
Okay. Okay.
Down
I
color,
was
hold up.
cyan,
Chaotic.
and somebody
A Siamese?
stole
Siamese.
Oh, I can be
Hey,
something
Gigi,
else.
what was your-
I don't
Gigi,
mind.
what's your
If
favorite
you want to be
book? My
something
Fair
else.
Lady or The King of Cyan?
Oh my
Hold
god.
on. Hold on.
Nicholas
Let's
Peakless.
see.
How dare
Yes.
you? How dare you?
How dare.
How dare.
How dare you? I can't. I do not accept this.
Nobody's purple. I'll be purple.
Okay, I'll be
I'm purple.
cyan.
You can be cyan.
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 What's your favorite?
Cyan.
What?
What's your favorite
Why did you
Michael
just
Jackson
run
record?
into me,
Diana?
poking me? Get out of here.
Oh,
in the
Cyan.
eye.
Yourself
Don't
up.
you cry for me.
The thing about my joke is
Pick your
I'm
nose,
as long
pick
as
your
it makes
nose.
myself laugh, that's fine because I'm my only audience.
I like that I bounce back when I run into you, though. Like,
Where'd you go?
man.
Oh, I went through you. Oh.
Wait, we lost a dirt.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna. I
Dirge
think he's
is-
fixing his mic.
Dirge is out.
Oh.
It's the fucking microphone.
I'm watching.
It's such
I'm
a
watching him.
problem.
I'm screen sniping him, picking his.
Cheater, getting some exercise.
I know.
I'm
a
getting some
cheaty.
exercise.
Go to
I'm getting some
Chitty.
exercise.
I'm cheaty.
Chitty, please reinvite. Okay, invite.
Chitty.
That's
Bang,
when
bang.
I run.
What do you mean? What? To run?
When I run, I
Gigi,
fall
I just
down
want to let you
too.
know, this is the first time we played a game in a
Just
while.
like in real life.
Once I get a gun, the intrusive thoughts will take over, and I won't shoot you.
Hello, we can hear
Quiet.
you.
Hello.
That's just how it is. Just do it.
Yay.
What did I do?
Okay.
Got
a full team. Let's
Hello.
go. Hello.
Can you hear
Is
us?
it too loud? Am I hello?
You're not too
No, you're
loud.
good.
You're perfect. The loudest one is honestly Broseph.
Oh, you're perfect. Thanks, bitch.
Hello.
You don't hear me.
All right.
Good.
So Chaos is our last person.
Hey,
Hey y'all. Ooh, Broseph is so loud. Marbs, thank you so much.
Marbsman just resubscribed for 24 months.
Chaos. That's all that this is.
No, but Chaos not here yet.
No, I know. I'm inviting him right now. He got invite right now. Oops.
Oh no! Here lies Broseph.
Okay.
Oh,
Dirge.
I got that so fast.
Dirge,
There
Dirge,
lies
Dirge,
Broseph.
Dirge. Do you need to watch any educational videos? to know how to do
I don't know
tasks?
how to do things.
I've got it all.
Okay. Okay.
Knows how to do all of the educational
Yeah, I learned it
videos.
all when I was trying to sign in. Yeah, I've
Okay.
done every video. That's me right there, actually.
He's
You
probably gonna know how to do
can't
all the
tell. That was-
tasks instantly, and like we were so
This is
confused.
called
Did you need to
this is
learn
called
to not
lockdown
keep
protocol.
running and
Hold
jumping
on.
or
I'm gonna
else you'll die?
turn this
Oh, I
volume
forgot.
down a
I can
little bit.
demonstrate that for you.
You can hear me.
Watch,
Okay, you can.
watch, I'll
I'm gonna
show
turn
you.
this
Watch
down a
me.
little tiny
Watch
bit
me.
there.
Are you watching? 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 Listen, watch. Are you
Like
watching?
there.
Are you
Okay.
watching?
This is called lockdown protocol. It's one of the like deceit games.
Yeah, I was pretty-
Like Among Us kind of.
I think it went like this.
Here the, oh,
Okay, Chaos is the last one.
he died.
I'm smoking.
I hear it.
Working on some things that I shouldn't have. Oh, we're just fingering each other in the corner. Oh, that happens a lot. Can I join?
Wait, where did they go?
Where are they? Look at Dirt. You know how to do this? You know how to do this?
Oh, how about this?
Yeah.
Can I down you?
Oh, what is what?
You didn't see anything.
What is happening?
I said we're aggressively fingering each other in the corner.
Oh my god!
My nipples are in the corner. What they say?
Oh my god!
Over here.
Watch your nipples. Don't you run.
Get out! Stop nippling me!
No.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! No! Everyone is here! Everyone's running!
Alright,
Hey, how are you doing that? Oh, what are you
Chaos is the
doing?
only one!
What button are you pressing to do that?
E.
How dare you know buttons?
Oh, it just
Oh,
looks
that's
like
that's
it's up at
doing
eye level for
Spider-Man.
me.
Because you have to look down. Okay, whoever- I can hear somebody's keys right now, though.
Oh.
I can hear somebody aggressively hitting their keys.
We're in a circle. Good.
This
Good
is,
for us.
this is the world's worst Daisy Chain.
Or best.
Hey, Dirk, get in the circle, Dirk.
It sounds real, like that meat's real floppy over here. You guys, it's not.
One of us could finish within the
No
next
one's
12 business
finishing at
days.
this rate.
At this rate, we'll be finished by Christmas.
This is taking a turn.
What's it, bro?
Happening now.
You're going so fast.
You don't know how
I don't
fast
think
I
I'm
can
doing
go, bitch.
Oh,
I
no,
have my
you
turbo-
Press E. Press E.
I'm using the turbo controller.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god, this is
You never slow, Dirk.
this is yeah. Low.
The only way this ends is if you start a game. That's the only way this
Chaos
ends.
is trying to join.
Chaos, join me. Stop this.
Chaos, only you can prevent forest fires.
How very Shakespearean of me.
Alright.
GG, you died, much like the 2007 Colorado Rockies in the World Series.
Oh god.
How dare you?
Matt
How?
Holliday.
Session set is normal. Okay.
Matt Holliday still has not touched home plate.
Oh god.
How dare you? Oh, how dare you? Sir? Sir? I thought we had got moved past this.
No,
it's
I
always
was just
Rockford
learning. I
in
was
my
learning where the oxygen was, and it wasn't
Should be.
there.
It's
Well, I mean-
Rocktober in everyone's hearts.
I mean, if
Chaos, are we good to like play around while you try to figure it out or something?
Oxygen. Because you can use it when you walk.
All right. All right. We can ready up. Chaos said he'll join the next one because it's just infinite loading screen for him right now.
Oh, sorry, I can't. I'm dead. Okay.
So we can.
I'm dead. Same.
Let's go.
Okay. Analysis and delivery.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Analysis and
All right. I'll do analysis.
That makes me want to throw up.
what to do.
Are you going
But you
for
got
a walk?
it.
Wait, oh shit, analysis is the plant one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Bo-
Alright, this is
What's
plus
this
sign.
Oh, no.
What does yours say? What does yours say? Mine has the little medicine plus sign. Machine? Okay, medicine. That's not this one. He does. He is so cold, poor little boy. Okay. There we go. And then button. And then pick up. And then, okay, no, in. Okay, and then button. Okay. It's done. Hi.
Do I just gotta find like pick a job?
Yeah, so
Where
there's, you just pick a task and just do. What container do you need?
We need them for analysis.
Oh, those containers for anal cisses.
Yeah.
Is there one in the pizza place? Nope, I don't see it. Oh, it didn't like it. You were also launching. Okay. So yeah, so you'll have. Somebody's dead already. Somebody got shot. I heard shooties. Rosef. Where are you? I hear screaming. Somebody's dead. Oh no.
Gigi, who am I shooting?
Why do you have a
I'm
gun?
on your side. I found it.
He was, to be fair, he was here when the shot went off, but he also said that he was gonna shoot me if he ever got a gun.
Okay,
didn't
so
say
who's
what
not
game.
here? So Yaga's not here and Dirge isn't here.
All right, who am I shooting?
Okay, we gotta go find them.
Mommy.
What? Paint the first person you say, I'm shooting them.
Okay. I hear Yaga.
Died. Someone died.
Who?
Who died?
Hey, Greenie, where were you?
I was in security. I was looking through
Wait,
the
did they
cameras.
explode? Because
Pink, say
I
the
found
word.
it. I
Pink,
found.
just say the word.
Wait,
Say the word.
wait, everybody's alive.
No, we're missing. Wait.
No, Gigi is alive. She just went that way.
That said detonator because I thought it would be
Purple?
funny.
Oh, so you literally just detonated a remote bomb somewhere, but nobody was near it.
Pink, can I still shoot someone?
Oh,
Pink, can I still shoot someone?
I was in security.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay, go.
Oh, damn, it's empty. Fuck. They gave me an empty gun. Bullshit. This is bullshit. Fuck this.
But I think I'm winning the game of life.
Okay, so, ooh, a container. Gigi, I found a container. I found a container. I found a container.
I heard explosions happening.
I found a container. For analysis.
Oh.
Analysis.
Oh.
Gigi,
you're-
I
you're
have
good.
one. Wait,
Wow.
you have one too.
I have one too,
You're
but
gonna need more than
Nick
one.
has another gun.
Yeah.
Hey, Greenie, it's your lucky day.
No, I'm a baby. I'm a baby. If you kill me, then you're the bad guy.
Come here. Okay, fine. Hey, Greenie. Truth.
What happened to fingering each other in the corner?
Now, because if he's
Wow. Wow.
Okay, now.
Dude, why did you
happening
freaking
here?
kill her?
I didn't kill her.
Oh my god, she used all of her stamina, didn't she?
Yeah,
It
she did.
flips leaf this way, and I go this way, and then I can't find leaf.
Leaf? It's not always in the leaf room. Yeah. Okay, so analysis is this room, right? The green room? Yeah, this one. I don't think I've ever actually completed analysis, honestly. No, not that one. Oh, look, see, this one I can touch. So how do you do analysis, like, honestly? Like, how do you get in this room? Oh, the other way?
Okay, what is going on?
What do you mean? You have to be more specific. Leaf is right here. Okay.
What are you trying to do?
So, do we have analysis, right? Ingredients requested. Okay, B04. I know that one. Okay,
I can't find
B04.
I can't find any boxes.
how many more delivery? There's only one delivery left. So whoever's it could be betrayal, sabotage. Okay, I have a thing. How do you do it? I have a thing.
Well, oh,
Place
You
sample.
have the sample. Okay, so you put sample in here. Place
Oh, God.
container.
Ah, okay.
God, samples suck.
And then you press the
Boop.
yellow button. And then it's gonna make a sample over here.
Oh, and then
I'm
this
alive.
one. Okay, and
Yeah,
then
make
this
that,
goes
and then you put that
here.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
button.
Yeah.
Yay, I did one. I did an anal cis. Yay.
What do we need? We also need G3M.
Okay, so we need
mushrooms.
BO4 and RU2. BO4 and RU2.
Mushrooms.
BU4.
It looks
That's
like
this one.
mushrooms.
Wait, can you only take
Where
one?
are- Yeah, you can only take one at a time.
Interesting.
Oh shit. Wait, is this not it? No, it is. Wait, how do I get it? Nope, that's not it. How do I pick it up?
That's what I'm saying. Like, can you only pick up a plant with one?
I got it. Yeah, you can only. Oh, you have to clean it. You have to clean
Oh, shit. Where's the cleaner? Over within the
I think it's in-
mechanical room?
it. No, it's not in the mechanical room. I think it's Jesus Christ. I think it's.
Is it Pazushi? No. I don't know where you clean these.
The palm of his hand.
Where do you clean the thingies? Oh, here's a clean container. Purple's dead. Bro, Seth?
You know what? I respect it. Nick's murdering.
Yeah,
How
Brosif's
many way to kill
dead.
him?
So I killed Broseph on the hunch that I haven't seen them do anything, so I think they might be bad.
You know what, Nick?
Yeah?
Nick was just too sussy, you know?
You know what? I understand.
Nick was just too sussy. Who the fuck was it?
Who was it? Maybe it was the person who was throwing containers all the way across the land. Maybe it was the person who picked up a box and then threw it in medical so no one would ever find it.
Who is that?
Oh my god.
Who could that have been?
Chaos is
I
here.
don't even know.
Is it
What
Dirge? Was it
sneaky,
Dirge?
Sneaky
I
person
didn't
that
know.
person
I just had that
Who
explosion I
could
accidentally
it have
did.
been?
Oh my god, what is it, you?
Yeah.
I'm
I just
so
let Nick murder everyone.
Broseph, I'm very sorry.
Oh no, I was just like doing my job and like looking for lost packages.
You
and
killed
I
yourself by
found-
jumping and running, though.
I was
So
like,
I didn't
were
see
you
you-
trying to
I
run
didn't see you do
away?
anything.
Yeah,
I was
but
just-
you killed yourself.
I was trying so hard doing my best.
I delivered
I'm
I
sorry.
had a gun and I should have pulled it on you, but I
You
didn't.
should-
Listen.
Were you
Yeah.
trying to find the last box because I hid it?
Yes,
I'm
where
killing
did you put
everyone
it?
all the time.
I
All right.
found a corner in
How
medical
many
and I hid
dissenters are
it
you
in
playing
the
with,
corner.
Pink?
Oh my gosh.
I have that set to 1 to 2.
I knew it was hidden somewhere.
yeah,
I was
I did
like,
too. I think
it's
two was good.
somewhere.
I think I threw like 3 or 4 containers into random corners.
I found the one in medical while I was a fucking ghost.
Yeah, I ended up finding the one in medical at the end.
Oh no!
Hey, bestie.
How convenient that I was like, where do you wash the things? And she goes, I
You.
think it's...
Hey,
Tonight.
bestie.
And then never finishes.
You didn't
I
protect
couldn't
me either.
remember.
You let my death go unavenged.
I-
For
wha-
that, shame.
Alright, everybody ready.
Grab them titties.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Chaos, I hear you.
Hi, Chaos.
Now that I have all of your attention,
Yes.
I like pie, and
Oh.
I'd like to
I-
talk about pie.
I do
and
not
all
like
the different
pie.
pies that I like.
I
Pie
don't
flavor?
like pie.
Chaos.
I like
Hey, Chaos.
I
You know
like
what I like?
strawberry.
You know, I like
you.
Oh,
I
he's
like you
gonna.
too, you know,
Whoa.
He's gonna.
especially like when you're ready up.
Oh, that too. Dirge.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
You missed
actually
the
the
giant
ultimate
circle
dissident.
jerk that we had
I'm
earlier.
preventing you guys from completing tasks by
Oh my God,
not
are you,
readying up.
are you an energy vampire?
true.
Are you Colin
True.
Robinson?
Oh God.
Okay, legitimately though, how do we do things again? Oh,
Pistol
God, we have
Pete!
pressure.
Vents. Oh, I know how to do vents. I know how to do vents. I can do vents. Easy.
Admitted against me, and I can't forget it.
Ba-da-da. I need a screwdriver.
What this world is about.
Screwdriver. A screwdriver. I need a screwdriver for this vent. That was beautiful. Oh, I found a screwdriver. Okay. Vent time. Vent time. Okay. And then we go boop. And then we go boop. And then we drop. And we pick up this. And then we bring this into here to clean it.
So here, I'm gonna tell me if in class, if any of them.
And then go there.
I'm
And
getting the fuck out of here.
button.
No, I can't. Somebody has to do. Like, this is literally a two-person job.
I'm not getting my fit. You find another.
So just do it
person.
from the side. Just do it from the side. I'll GG, once I finish this vent, I'll help you. Hold on.
Okay. I'll keep getting pressure canisters.
Okay. It's cleaning. Okay. I'm bringing it back over and putting it away. Okay. There's vent. And this. Okay. I'm coming. Do you have all of the canisters? No, here's one in here.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Okay. Under pressure. Pushing down on me.
This is
Alright, in.
down on you.
Okay, which one do you want to do
So
first?
let's do this one over here. Did
Okay.
somebody just leave? Somebody just left.
Who left?
There's left.
Broseph. Broseph.
Oh no. Okay, tell me if any of them turn red.
Yep. Good. Red.
Which one?
This one.
That one?
Mhm.
Okay.
Your game crashed?
So,
Okay. We'll pull you in next one.
Let's try
A yellow?
another yellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red. The same one.
Which the same one?
Yep.
Okay, so then it's gotta be
A blue? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, oops. Okay. Looks good.
Okay. So that one's going. The problem is, I don't know. Okay, we'll find out if this is a problem.
Okay. We may need
Are
to
you
swap them. Yep. Go. Okay. Red. Oh! Dirge! He killed himself! He killed himself running.
Okay,
We can continue.
Which one?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I got stabbed.
understandable. Are you ready?
Yes, go. Okay, go. Okay, stop. Okay, so it's the second and the last one.
So we'll just try swapping them.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Nope. It's the end one. So I think we have to take a
This
blue
one?
off of this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I need to stop it.
Okay, so let's take a
So
blue.
what-
Oh no, that was the
we
good one.
pressed-
Yeah, okay.
Let's do this one.
Oh.
Yeet. Let's actually go back and fix this one real quick.
Yeah. So what do we need on that one? Do you have the yellow? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go. The last one, the yellow, this yellow.
Okay, so let's just swap it with. I don't fucking know, man.
Maybe we'll swap it with one of the reds here.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, here's this. Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Okay. Looks good.
Okay.
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 Let's try just this one, I guess, and start from there. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Stop. The first one. This one.
Let's swap it with the blue, maybe.
Okay. Stop. That's the end yellow, this one.
Okay,
we just-
let's swap it with the red. I don't fucking know.
I know, we'll get it eventually. Okay, go. Okay. Stop. This one and this one.
I don't understand.
I know. All right. Maybe switch the red and the blue?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Stop. Last yellow. I know.
Maybe swap that in the blue?
The blue? Or do you want to switch with
Yeah.
the... Yeah, okay, go with the blue.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Stop. Second, this one. First yellow.
Okay, it doesn't like the yellow at all.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
All right, have we done...
I don't think we've done this yellow on the end.
Okay.
Let's try the red number 2.
Okay. Looks good. Stop. It's the same fucking yellow. Okay, so
Okay.
have we done 2 yellows with the blue at the beginning?
I think no, but let's try it.
Stop. It's the yellow at the end. All right.
Let's. What do we take? 1, 2. But we just brought in another red. I don't understand how this fucking works.
Okay.
Maybe swap the yellow and the red.
Okay, good. Stop. Doesn't matter, we lost. Alright, was Dirge the actual guy, though?
Damn it! Fucking pressure!
Pressure is the most cursed fucking thing ever.
Ugh.
Pressure
I was
sucks.
the murderer.
You were the murderer?
I'm gonna Google it really
Oh, I
quickly.
know.
No, there's 8 cans. Yeah, and then
Like
you
a
died.
monster.
And then you died running around chasing me.
I wanted that. I wanted it so bad. Well, for a while, I was walking around and I thought I killed Brotham because their internet disconnected, and I fought really bad and didn't know who I killed.
Each
Yeah.
valve has a hidden value of 1, 2, or 3. If the yellow 1 pops up, replace it with red 2. If red 2 pops up, replace it with a blue 3. The blue 3s can't pop off, so be careful where they go because you could have a blue canister on a 1 valve when you need it somewhere else. I will generally use 3 yellows and a red in the first machine and go from there.
But then, like, then how do you know what goes on the second one?
Okay, so
Okay.
basically what we need to do is we need to start with 3 yellows and a red, and then incrementally increase them by 1, and only put a blue in if the red gets mad, because blue works everywhere.
So what I'm hearing is, if we get pressure, it's just a forfeit. Got it.
So what you're saying is we could turn off
we beat,
pressure.
we
I don't
beat
know about
pressure
that.
one time. We've done pressure.
Yeah, we've done pressure.
Pants are down.
We did.
One time.
Oh no, not again.
GG, your pants are down.
Doesn't
Everyone point
come
and
up
laugh
that
at GG.
often.
GG.
Everyone point and laugh at GG.
No.
Gigi's pants are down.
I can't even see my pants.
That means
Where
ready up.
are they?
Get ready.
That's because
Get
you
ready.
don't have any.
No.
Do the no pants dance.
I wish I didn't have pants. This is lame.
That's lame.
Death to the no pants haver.
Gigi has passed away. Gigi has passed away.
I died.
Ooh. Okay, alimentations. Bazushi. Bazushi.
I'll go do the Bazushi with you.
Bazushi sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to do Kazuchi?
Alimentation. I got rice.
Wait, which one is alimentations? Oh, alimentations is the
Over here.
battery one.
Are you got black rice?
Yeah, I can get it. I can get it. Hold on. Oh, you got it?
I got it.
Okay. Piss coochie. Piss coochie. Piss coochie.
Oh my god. Where's all the rice?
I think they've gotten it already. Alimentations. Alimentations. Why does it bounce so much? That would have been really cool. You know, it'd be really cool though. Like, if you could like fuck with people from security.
I have a heart.
In the eye of a hurricane.
Baba's over here just like, what the fuck?
I'm very confused. I'm like, just go put the mushrooms on the pizza. What the
Alright, follow me.
fuck?
In the eye of a
In
hurricane.
the eye of a hurricane. In the eye
In the
of a
eye of a
hurricane.
hurricane, there is what?
What are you doing? You're making me nervous.
I was coming in here to look for a battery and I just saw that
Oh.
going on.
Yeah, you know, shit happens. What can you say? Not an alimentation. Yeah, I was helping with pizza, and then I started doing that, and I got scared, so I just stared a lot.
I see.
What are you doing? Why do you set?
I'm gonna walk around with that with, I don't know if I found
A
it.
cassette? Look, I don't think cassettes can do anything, can they? I mean, other than play music.
But I found a music player.
Oh, so then you bring the cassette to the music player and it plays music. Duh. Is it around here? Is it here? Where's the music? Where is the
No,
music?
I forget where it is. I found it in the last game.
Okay. Alimentations. Give me batteries, please. Guys, how is storage empty? Oh, there we go. I was like, how is storage totally empty? Oh, wait. Let's, hold on. I need to charge the battery. Charge the battery. Charge the bat. Oh, look, there's another battery there. Charge the battery. Charge the battery. Oh, whoops. Alimentations. I think Gigi is doing the same as me, and I think she's just running out the clock. Tori, thank you so much for the raid. What were you playing? I didn't even know you were streaming.
Where do you clean? You clean them here. Wait.
No, that's where you clean the filters.
Oh, no, you can clean the container somewhere.
Yeah, where?
No, you can't. You can't. I remember seeing it. Maybe it's in the pantry?
Oh, where is the pantry? I never actually found the pantry.
It's, right here. No.
In the pantry?
Oh, shit.
Wait,
No.
is Gigi doing it?
God damn it. There's
Is this the
definitely a
cleaning
place
room?
where you can
Where?
clean them.
Yeah, I don't know where you clean. That's why I'm confused.
Is it in the machine room?
Right here.
Oh, right there?
Right here. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the little cleany bubbly room.
Yeah, this is where you clean.
That makes sense, I guess. In the the bubble bathroom.
Okay. It's clean now. It's
Your
clean.
friend Carrie? Hi, Carrie. Welcome in.
Piscoochie!
Biscucci!
I spent all that time cleaning the fucking container. You want to show you clean? So here,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
right here. You put
Oh,
the
perfect.
containers on the thing, and then you press the button, and it cleans it.
I didn't know that. Oh, no! Fuck! Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Oh no!
You both had it coming. I don't.
That's why I keep that motherfucking thing on me.
keep
That's
that
why I keep that thing on me. What, you
Dr.
fucking
Dre.
at me?
Hey,
what is going on?
Dr. Dre, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
I love that he went into a room with no corners and then he just stopped and he's like, all right.
I'm so glad I got to scold both of you before the game ended.
I have no idea what's going on.
It was me and Gigi and we killed Nick, but we got caught by Dirge.
Oh.
Yeah.
and then I tutted both of you.
And then I didn't
I
trust
like that
anybody. I
you
pulled
went
a
into the
knife
corner
on
and
everyone.
said,
I was like,
"God
you're not
damn
gonna stop me.
God damn it.
Dirge literally walks in and goes, what happened here? And we're just like,
I don't know.
Gigi.
Oh.
Get ready.
For what?
Chaos.
The game.
Get ready.
Hurry
Oh, sorry, I was too busy laughing.
Not
Uh,
laugh,
That was
laugh
great.
loud.
Everyone pointed
How was your stream? How was your stream? Carrie, how are you? Welcome in. This is not a normal stream. Just so you know, it's not normally this crazy loud.
You're trying to complete tasks and somebody's trying to task.
What's our tasks? Computer and Pizushi. Do you want to do Pizushi?
Yes, let's do Pazushi.
Pizushi. Okay.
Let's make dinner.
Dinner.
For our friends.
Oh my god.
Making dinner.
Making dinner. All right. Is there any rice in here? Yes. Get the rice. 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 Rice-a-roni. The San Francisco
The
treat.
San Francisco treat.
The San Francisco treat.
me
Apparently
very
white
carefully.
Why?
Because
black
Nick
rice.
is
I got
just
the
trying
black
to
rice.
sabotage me.
Why?
He followed me into the office and then he jumped up and down several times on the plant and ran out of stamina and killed himself and said, "No one is going to believe you."
Well,
I
that's
watched that
very
happen.
that's very
That
sus.
sounds
So
really
who's the
suspicious.
murderer?
It
I
sounds
mean,
like
go for
Gigi
it.
because she said,
Alright, I put
I'm
some rice
just
in
letting
there.
you
We're
know.
gonna start
Why
cooking
did
the
you
rice.
just fail them? You just failed the thing.
White rice?
Wait,
You
what?
why
Yeah,
did
no,
you
wait,
just
right.
fail it? Why did you fail the file transfer?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You pressed the go button.
Wait, the yellow button is the go button. Oh, oops. I was like, what do you mean? Yellow is good.
Black people.
Well, they were trying to sabotage us.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah, hold on. Blue was trying to sabotage us, right?
Well,
Free justice is fine in my eyes.
she did say that Nick is dead and that we have to just believe her. Can I, like, push it? Yeah, it's fine. So technically, the other thing I can do is I can just wait out the timer and just not let them finish the tasks. Also, I totally thought that they were all just like looking at each other and they would not see me fail the task. I really thought I was just like boop really quickly. I want to order something to eat also before it gets too late, and then you know what happens when it gets too late, and then I get grumpy. Okay, so
Hello.
hello. What's oh my god, there's Nick's dead body. This is Nick's dead body is just over there. Alright, I want to look. Have you botanical, medical. Have you been? I've been good. I've been good. Other than my camera, which it's still not right and I don't know how to fix it. Restaurant. Are they not in the restaurant? Where the hell is everyone? Botanical. Medical. Where is everyone for real? Oh, there's two people in there. Okay. Can you crouch? It'd be really cool if you could crouch. Wait, did Jaga get kicked? Because she's not here anymore. Either that or her computer crashed. Yeah, yeah, her computer crashed. She just sent me a message. Okay. I was like, why are they standing there?
I had to put Broseph down. Like
Why? Yeah.
Pick up this. We need that for the pizza.
The pizza?
I had to put him down.
Why?
They seem suspicious.
Uh,
And I believe in street justice.
street
You know, Pam, that's why I
justice.
keep this thing on me.
Yeah, put it in the thing. Is that? Do you need me to do
I don't
it?
really know.
You so hold down. Oh,
I don't trust all this
what? Why?
because
Okay.
y'all.
Oh
Where's
God.
the plant? Where's
He,
the
he,
plant?
it's right under his butt. Hold on, it's under his butt. Here you go. Let me get it. There we go. Okay. There we go.
No, no, we don't need it there.
Oh, yeah. Don't we need the sample?
No, why would we need a sample?
Then why do we have a plant?
Because it's in the pizza.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, then why do we have a plant? Okay, pizza. There's so many dead bodies everywhere. Wait, you haven't even done the first step yet. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay, so you need so you need to do this one first. Okay, so has the rice been cooked yet? No. All right, so what's the rice we need for the table? White rice. Is any of this white rice? No, we don't even have white rice.
We need a black rice and a white rice.
Okay, there's black rice here. Okay, so we can get the black rice. We need that contain. What are you doing? We need that container that. Why are you shooting me?
You're obviously a bad person.
What? Why does that automatically make me a bad person?
But you should have known. I told you I didn't
You
street
don't understand
justice.
that the call that the
This isn't even the plant that we need.
What the fuck? Chaos?
I completely understand.
What the fuck? Chaos?
It would be really funny though.
I think Chaos is the only one alive, and he shot everybody because he doesn't trust anyone.
Why is it not everybody? Gigi, Pig, not everybody. Gigi killed me.
Up! You're lying.
Gigi did kill me.
I did not.
Why you still saying this?
No, it was me and Yaga.
It was you and Yaga.
bad guy? I mean, not the murderer. I can't believe you all did this.
Yeah,
tonight.
but Chaos killed everybody. Chaos killed everyone. So,
You all would have died.
so yeah, funny story. You can't kill everybody because then you can't finish all the tasks alone.
I didn't do anything.
No, I know.
I didn't do anything. Gigi killed
I'm
me.
just pointing at people. It's Chaos.
Not. I
Yeah, how's Pazushi all by herself?
You're like,
He
what's
jumped
up?
on-
We got the
he
plant.
jumped up
We're
on the
supposed to do
plant
samples.
until he said no one's gonna believe
plant,
you.
though.
Well, that was just me being stupid for a second, and I was like, why do we have a plant in a jar? Like,
No, he went on the
I
plant. He
was
did
told
this.
to murder
No one's gonna
Broseph, and
believe
so
you.
I did.
And then he went like this, and then he died like this.
I can't remember. It was one of these two.
My PC murdered me.
I didn't have a chance to run it.
I can force the game to start, guys.
Oh damn! Wow.
I didn't know. Wait, to be fair, I didn't know it was actually gonna start it. I thought it was just gonna like be like the game will start and blah blah blah.
If my game crashes again, I'm quitting life.
Okay.
Clipped it.
Pazushi and pressure. Under pressure. Rice. I have blue. I have a blue. I got blue.
I got rice.
Oh wait, I went the wrong way. Blue.
We need the
I have a blue. Here's blue. Whoop. That's not what I meant to do at all. Blue. I thought I saw another. Oh no, did we get all the canisters? No, there's one more there.
Are there any more in here?
I don't see any more.
Who stole all the rice?
I didn't see any rice in the storage room at all. Did you look in the pantry?
No, I didn't see any
found
here either.
one.
I haven't found any rice, honestly, and I only found one canister. I have a blue. Are you doing the tactic?
Yeah. No, Nick has a gun.
I promise you I'm good.
Dum,
Because
dum, 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 dum. There should be another yellow somewhere.
Alright, let me look.
Another yellow? Wait, who just turned the pressure on?
Okay, so far everything's good. We gotta push it up though.
Okay, I can watch it from here. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, go. Stop.
That's good?
No, it's not good. Go down.
Which one's bad?
Which
The 1, 3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4. Okay,
Mhm.
so then we need to level these up. So this one needs to be red. This one needs to be red, and the red one needs
And
to
the red
become
needs to
blue.
be blue. Okay, well somebody take this red.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, I feel it.
What?
What happened? Did you get blown up?
I don't. The thing wasn't on.
Doing the task, that makes me feel
I'll
like
just.
I think we got. No, I think we got C4'd.
Tossed it so that pink and him would both die. So.
What the fuck is going on?
at least the tunes are good.
Were you the bad guy, Chaos?
What,
No.
I just tried to do pressure. I
Dr.
just
J did
tried
kill
to
me,
do
so-
pressure.
Oh,
That's all I
Dirge?
tried to do.
It's okay.
Yeah, Dirge,
I saved you. I killed Dirge.
Thank you.
But I still don't know where the black rice is, so.
I'm trying to do
I'm in.
pressure. I think we've been sabotaged.
Oh, we've been heavily sabotaged. They hid the black
Did
rice.
you wait, Dirge? Did you C4 me?
Did you hide the black rice?
Baba said that like it was a 1940s movie. They hit the black
Dirge,
rice.
did you use the remote bomb?
I can't believe they'd hide
Well,
the black
Dirge
rice.
was trying to kill Gigi,
I
and
can't believe
apparently
the guy
Chaos
yelled about
sabotaged
street
from his
justice
pants.
with a
So,
murderer.
where'd Gigi
I
go?
didn't sabotage anybody.
Gigi!
Wait.
Ran away.
Literally performing the task.
No, Dirge. Yeah, Dirge.
Yeah,
Hello. How did you use the remote C4?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, because everyone keeps saying that Chaos sabotaged because the pressure blew up. But I was like, no, the pressure was not on.
Where does it blow up at over here?
Yeah, like this whole thing will blow
I
up.
got lucky that,
Can
yeah,
you-
I
can you
literally picked it
sabotage it?
up and blew it up and threw it and grabbed it.
Yeah, and now everyone is saying that Chaos was sabotaging us. But like he really wasn't. He really wasn't.
Oh, that's so good.
That's hilarious. So is it just Gigi and Yaga left?
Let's check the office. I have to check the office.
Wait, no, Brosif's alive somewhere, right?
Where would I hide?
Yeah, like where is Brosif?
Yellow container.
Brosif! Brosif!
Is Nicholas? Oh no.
Brosif! Where's Brosif?
In my pocket. That's what killed us.
No
I
shot!
think it's
Chaos!
I don't think they
And
have a
they
weapon.
must have pulled the trigger to figure
Yes!
out where, like, they,
Fucking
nobody would have known. Nobody knew I had it in my pocket.
I think he just did it hoping it would blow up and he just
I
got
feel like I've
lucky.
checked, like every logical hiding place. Ooh, probably in the plant room. Like I would
Well,
hide it in a place
GG.
where there aren't any tasks.
R.I.P. Gigi.
Why R.I.P. Gigi? I wonder.
No.
Where is Brosif?
Oh, Yaga, were you banned?
Been so stable, Paige.
What? No, I was good.
Oh, okay.
No, we know who
My
it was.
business, I
It was
making pizza,
Dirge.
I was excited.
Oh, it wasn't yellow, it was red.
So it's gotta be Broseph. It's gotta be Broseph.
J Dave just resubscribed for 13
Dave.
months. Howdy,
J
Pink.
Dave. Howdy, Dave. How's it going? Where the fuck is Broseph? Like, Broseph is hidden. Oh my god. Broseph, where did you hide?
I was right behind you.
Nuh-uh.
Was I the only one left?
Yes. I got murked by Broseph, who I knew was fucking sketchy because I was like, "Did you hide black rice?" And they went,
You were just
"No."
jumping around, you're just doing stuff.
I got
I'm
so
like,
lucky with that
yeah,
detonation.
I know.
Yeah,
That
it was in
like-
Chaos's
that's like,
pocket.
that fucking C4, that's what
I
killed us.
literally only killed 2 people. The rest of you killed each
Yeah,
each
and then
other.
Gigi,
Like,
and then
what's
Gigi was
going
like,
on?
Chaos is sabotaging us! And meanwhile, it was the C4 in Chaos's pocket that killed everybody.
Oh my god.
You
learn
I didn't die.
Yay, good job. All right, everybody
Until the
ready?
end. I did die eventually.
Oh, you
Nick,
got
I found your
stabbed
dead
from
body.
behind.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dirge got me.
That was wild.
Why was Dirt killing people?
I was a murderer.
There's 2.
I was a murderer too. Okay.
Yeah, you guys will both have red.
You'll be able
Very
to tell
good
there
job,
will be
buddy.
another. There will be a red dot above the other murderer.
Yeah.
Above their head.
Oh.
So if you're running around and you see somebody with a red dot above their head, don't say it.
Yeah, don't say it out loud. Don't be like, what's that red dot?
Does it say something on the right too?
Broseph, don't read this out loud.
Yeah,
There's something
Broseph,
on the
don't
right.
read this out loud, but we're gonna lock Yaga in the brig.
Yeah, how the fuck it work for you guys, huh?
It didn't work really well at all because Broseph read it out loud.
Oh no, not again!
Why is the ship on fire?
Everyone pointed mock GG for not being ready.
No!
GG!
Mock.
No way,
Mock.
Shun the non-believer. Shun the non-believer. Okay.
Chaos. This game is just chaos. It's
Chaos unfolding.
Hey, you can't just
Chaos
say that.
unfolding.
I'm doing fucking pressure. I'm going to get pressure one time.
Okay, GG, I will do pressure with you.
Pressure.
Okay, I'll do pressure with you. Where's the canisters?
There's so many canisters.
Okay, here's a yellow.
Pressure.
Wait, but I will do it with you.
I know, well, yes, I know, but I mean, don't
Oh,
kill us.
okay.
So that we can fucking do pressure.
Listen, murderer, please. Please.
Please, murderer.
Please. Please.
Please, murderer.
Please,
Daddy,
Mr.
hello?
Oh my god. Murderer daddy, woo.
Murderer, daddy, ooh. Okay.
Wait, we're still missing one container though.
I need to be able to get. No!
It's okay.
But we're missing a container.
No,
Yeah.
we're not.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Here. Just, I'll tell. Just tell.
So, this game is like Among Us, but it's like kind of better. I feel like it's a little bit more fun than Among Us is.
Need a jar?
No?
Alright.
I'm looking for the last gas canister that I feel like is being sabotaged. Sabotaged. All right, dissenter. Where's the gas canister?
What?
The dissenter
I'm
has
getting it.
stashed the gas canister somewhere. There's no Pazushi.
Pazushi.
There is no Pazushi.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright. Alright. Did we find the last gas canister yet, guys? Because I did not.
We
We're,
need one more gas.
we need one more.
People aren't letting me learn.
So which one are we missing? I think we're missing 1, 2, 3. We're missing a yellow, right?
Oh, are we? Okay.
Is it yellow?
Isn't there? Is it 3 yellow, 3 red, and 2 blue, or is it 4, 2, and 2? It's either red or yellow. It's one of the two that we're missing. I just don't know because there's only 2 blue for sure. Okay, so whoever is sabotaging us.
I got it.
Where was it? Where was it? Where'd they hide it?
It was all the way off in the medical area. So
Yep.
let's do this.
Okay. All right, I'm here. Okay, good. Stop. It's number 1. Here, do you want me to grab it? Just switching, or are you putting something else?
I want to put the red there.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, we'll put the blue there, put the yellow there.
Okay. Oh, I heard somebody die. Somebody just blew up. Stop. Oh. Did I die to pressure? Turn it off, Chaos.
What happened?
Pressure's done.
What happened?
But,
Why is Pink dead?
well,
What did you do?
I
What did
guess
you do?
she didn't tell me quick enough.
What did
That's
you do?
not true!
She got the prick. Hey.
Fuck you, I absolutely said stop.
It had to be done.
Murderer.
I think she's a dissident.
Yeah, I think she's a dissident. I think she's a
Hey, I finished pressure.
After you killed me!
Hey.
What?
I couldn't hear it. You must not have said stop loud
I
enough
did!
because
I
didn't hear
literally
you
said stop! I literally said stop.
No.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes, I
when you
did.
stand
Yes,
all the
I
way
did.
over here, when you stand all the way over here to watch it, I can't hear you.
But I said it the same volume that I've been saying everything else.
Well, when you turn the pressure up, it gets louder over there. Go stand over there. Go stand by where the button is.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
I can barely hear you.
I hear you fine.
You're a liar.
I hear you fine. You're a liar. I hear you just fine.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. I hear you just fine.
No.
Yes, this is ghost chat. This is dead people. No, then how can I repeat everything you're saying if I can't hear you? Now,
Do
like,
you even have any bullets in that gun?
I just picked it up, I'm sure.
Okay, well,
Oh.
come clean these then.
Yaga!
Oh, we gotta clean these?
Yaga! Whoa, there's a lot of dead people. What happened?
Murders.
Like, I just saw, like, a bunch of you come out of this room.
We're
death
forming a
happened.
coalition.
Chaos killed me.
Join our
And
coalition.
Chaos is not even
It
the
was
bad
a
guy.
I finished pressure.
We're all just gonna kill Dirt
I know.
this game.
It was me. I was the bad guy.
And me
We
too.
formed a
I-
coalition.
Who was the other one?
I killed a lot of you, and I
A technical victory
I-
is the best victory. We did it.
Completed the task.
That was crazy.
But I died!
I
Maybe
watched
next
Dirt kill
time,
so many
don't
people,
die.
And I was just like, yeah, that's normal.
Well,
I avenged
I
you,
killed
Pink.
a lot
Don't
of
worry.
people.
I was
A lot of
trying
people
to
were vicious, and a lot of people got murdered.
You got murked.
Who was it?
I'm not a murderer. Well,
I
killing
wasn't,
people,
I
so I
wasn't a
believed you.
murderer.
Who
I
was
had
it? Who
killed
was
people
it?
that they looked
It was
suspicious.
Yaga and who?
Me and Baba.
Ah.
I just wanted to to learn, and nobody won't let me learn.
Okay, so Dirge was the killers. Okay.
Dirge wasn't the killer. He just killed people.
Dirge was the killer. You killed the killers. Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Both of them?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm strong.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, we just
Well, this is
I
kind of
learned a little.
Computers and pressure.
It's always
The game knows that we need to learn how to fucking do pressure.
Oh my god.
Wait, what's the other one? Computers.
Hey.
Gotta get a weapon to defend myself in this fucking Wild West.
Uh-huh.
Can't trust no bitches in the Wild West. Whoa. Does somebody just keep picking up the remote detonator? Alright. Ooh. That. I want that instead of that. Ooh. What if I just grabbed both? Oh my. Oh. Apparently you can't push buttons. Apparently you can't push buttons. Okay, medical. Medical. Okay, so it said that the computer is in medical.
Medical.
Yeah.
And there's one in restaurant too.
Here. Here.
Medical?
No, here.
Oh. Medical.
Medical and a restaurant.
Medical. Wait, this is green. Which one's blue? Oh, this is blue.
Medical.
Mexical.
Medical.
Not in here.
Medical. Medical. And then I think they said botany as well. Medical and botany. Who is blue? Dirge. Dirge is dead. Hello. Oh? More explosions? Was that pressure? Oh wait, no, this is this way. I forgot you have to go around to get into this room. Hi, Nikki. On your way to New Hampshire? What you doing in New Hampshire? Reading from Office 1. Wait, is this not botany? Wait, okay. It says waiting from Office 1 for botany. So what is Office 1? This one? That.
What is happening?
Who keeps blowing up?
What is happening?
Oh yeah, your ceremony is tomorrow.
What is happening?
Okay, hold on. Are they in pressure? If we go in there and everyone is dead because of pressure, it will be very funny. Oh. Okay. So this is Nick and Gigi. Chaos. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Wasn't me.
What are you
I'm trying to
doing?
complete tasks.
What task are you doing?
Completing tasks. You are the one that's suspect because the containers are missing.
I've been doing computers. Okay, file sent to Office 4. Okay, Office 4. Which is the fastest way? No, this one says file sent to Office 4. Don't confuse me. Don't try to confuse me, sussy.
What's happening?
File sent to Office 3, and Chaos is trying to confuse me and say the other things. Okay, medical.
Botanical.
The botanical one is in here, I think.
It says waiting file. Oh.
For office 1. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What the? Did Chaos just blow himself up? What the? What is going on over here? Oh my god, who else is dead?
Not me. Bitch, I knew it! I knew it!
I don't have anything to kill him with either because they're all empty. Come here. Come here. Come here. Accept your fate. Come here. I can't believe that.
I was just sitting there as a ghost backseat
I
gaming
can't
you
believe
on
I
pressure.
ran out of bullets and I had to hit Chaos with a fucking battery to kill him.
All I'm saying is I almost pressured you to death.
I was just pushing buttons and going, what's happening?
I know, we did we like fucked around with the computers for so long.
I'm no longer
I didn't know.
Any form
No.
of dissidence. If I feel that any one
Wait,
of
did you have
you
C4?
is being a delayer,
No.
insta-kill. I'm going back to the old ways. Chaos is back.
No.
If I feel I'm
Genuinely,
being slowed down by anyone,
100% honestly,
complete
How
your
did I
task.
die?
I didn't kill you. I was just fucking with computers. I just kept failing all the computers, honestly.
Oh my god.
Apparently Nick.
To the group! To
No,
the
what?
front! To the front!
Wait, how did GG die? Can we stop?
Yeah.
Can we,
It's loud. It's very loud.
how did GG die? Did you blow up?
I think
I
that was
don't
I think
know.
someone triggered C4 because I died. too.
Dirge triggered.
I didn't know. I was murdered based on my vibe. I was literally.
I will
fucking
No, because Yaga and I were the dissidents, and we genuinely were just fucking with the computers the whole time.
What happened was I found
I
the
knew.
trigger and I
The
just
second I
pressed it.
said,
I just
the
pressed it.
second I said you're going to the
Yeah,
front,
yeah,
you're like, no,
yeah.
I'm not.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
even know
no,
where the C4 was. I just pressed it.
that's it. Not even gonna
Okay,
talk
we know
murder.
the mystery has been
Yeah,
solved.
yeah. You see how? Yeah.
I didn't even know where the C4 was. I
Well,
pressed
no,
the trigger
Dirge, the only reason I said you is because you were walking around like this while she was asking.
Yeah. I mean, well, sometimes you get tanked like that. It's a dangerous world.
God. My God. My God. Okay. Vents and anal cysts. Vents. Alright, I need a screwdriver for vents. Nick has a shotgun.
Yep. And you didn't call out the vent.
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't see the vent.
Oh, you think you're...
What? Did Chaos die from...
What?
Did Chaos just die from stamina?
No, I killed him on vibes.
Oh, okay. Fair. Fair point, fair.
Hey, look, Among Us.
Among Us. Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay, so there is a vent in here, so we need a screwdriver.
Alright, let's get a screwdriver.
A screwdriver. I'm also gonna get this for self-defense.
Yeah, Pink, I will protect you.
Thank you. Screwdriver. Is there a screwdriver anywhere?
Is there? Oh, he has one right here.
Okay. Oh!
Jesus.
Ow. Why would you do that?
The fuck? Alright, I got one.
Okay.
Do you have one?
No.
Alright, let's go. Alright, we have
Well, yeah, because then I can get this. I can, hold on. No, unscrew them, and then I can get the filter. There we go. Okay, and then clean.
we gotta clean. I'm just gonna defend you. I'm just gonna be like this. It's like, are you gonna shoot me? Maybe, maybe,
Maybe.
not. Maybe go
Maybe
fuck
not.
yourself.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe.
Like, we're just trying to clean. You can
Clean.
keep moving along.
Okay.
What was that about?
Okay.
We're
And then
just trying to clean,
screwdriver, screwdriver.
What the?
Oh. They killed each other. They killed each other.
Oh.
They literally killed each other.
I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Oh my god, they killed each other.
They went out the way they wanted together.
Okay. I think there was one oh fuck. Was there one in the medical? And I think there's one in medical. I think there's a filter.
I didn't find one in there.
Oh god, that's so funny. Is it not medical? Okay, it's not medical. Not Pazushi. It is not here. Yeah, congrats, Nikki. I will definitely pull it up if I can't. Are there vent? Do you have vent in there? Do you have vent in there? Nope. Is there vent in here? Vent, vent, vent. Nope. Oh, come back. Wait, where's the other vent? I literally found it, and now I can't find it again. Like a silly little goosey.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for the last vent.
There's a dead body in security.
In security?
Yeah.
What color is it? Oh, it's chaos. Oh, wait, here's the other vent, right here. Here, can you pull it? Can you get it? Can you pull it? Okay, or not. I just don't want to have to put my screwdriver down, but that's fine, I guess.
Did you see his dead body?
I do see it. It's very traumatic.
Why is it on a desk?
It's not on the desk. It's like kind of in front of it, but it's floating.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Probably just the way he was killed. Maybe he's clipping into the chair or something.
Did you find the last thing?
Yeah, so it's here, but it's not here.
Oh, okay. Well,
We're doing the last. Do you have the vent? Do you have the thing?
No, we just finished the analysis.
Okay. The venti thingy is missing. Oh. Well, here's a container. That's literally, thank you.
what are you doing?
I was trying to.
I see the filter.
There we go. I was like, I'm trying to pick up the container, not even looking under the table. Oh my god. Screwdriver? 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 Screwdriver?
Oh, it's dirty.
Oh, so then it needs to be clean. Why are you shooting at me?
Because you put a dirty filter in there. You dirty filter.
Oh my god! So then let's just fucking clean it. Jeez. Just continue to put the dirty filter in there then. Oh my god, I hate. Stop doing that. Grab.
I didn't know it was dirty. You did this on purpose, didn't you? You're sabotaging these 13 seconds! You know what you're doing!
40 chest. Holy shit. Pig, you try.
I don't think we're trusting.
You
Was it you,
sabotager!
Why? Why are you
What do you
assuming
mean,
me? I did 2 other filters.
Why?
Because,
I knew it was you the
did
moment
two
you
other
let him
filters,
kill
but
me.
suddenly you were like, oh, I don't see the filter on the floor.
I
And then you were like,
I
oh,
literally
put
turned
it
around the
in.
corner and I saw
That's so
the container and I was like, oh, container, don't they need that? I don't know. And then then I was doing the stupid thing where I'm trying to pick it up, but I'm swapping my hands.
So you weren't the deception guy?
Oh, hell yeah, I was.
See, over here. There's a lot of
But I genuinely, honestly did not realize that I put a dirty filter in there. When you were like, it's dirty, and I was like, oh, like I actually didn't see.
it was
I did not see the film.
No, I actually, like, I really honestly just, like, picked it up and stuck it in there. And I was like, I didn't look at it. Okay. Scanner and computer.
I don't trust nobody. Get to work. Complete your tasks.
Complete your task. Chaos is just gonna start killing everybody and nothing's gonna get done.
Oh, Pink.
Hmm.
Do I go do the scanner?
Yeah.
Stork is going.
Office 1. Office 1. Which one's Office 1?
Storage. Go to storage.
Yeah, Office 1. No, this is Office 3. I need Office 1.
I think Gigi's in it. I think Gigi's in it. Alright, scanner. I'm coming, Nick. I'm coming.
All right. So what do we do?
What do you have? Okay. I mean,
And it's got three things. So we have computers. So go see if you can pull people to the side for computers, and then I will just come in and shoot them.
okay.
Okay, do you want to actually do analysis so it looks like we're doing something? Where'd you go? Do
Me.
you want to just do analysis so it looks like we're doing something?
Yeah.
All right. Have you done this one yet?
Yeah.
All right. Left. 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 Stop. Good. Down. Keep going. Keep going. Just keep going. Keep going. Stop. Left. Stop. Go right. Go like right for a while. Keep going. Just keep going. Stop. Up. Right. Right. Down. Down. Left. All right. Go up. Keep going. Go like way up. Go way up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Down a little bit. To the right. Left.
One's cool.
This one's fun. All right. Go right. Keep going right. Right. Down. Left. Up. Keep going up. Up. All right. And stop. Go down. Go right. Go down. Go left. All right, good. Go up. Go right. Keep going. 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 Keep going.
What is happening? What is happening?
Down.
Red,
I don't
red,
know.
Right.
red
Right.
and
The
pink,
left way.
red and pink, red and pink,
Red and pink.
What?
Why?
No, don't.
red and
Don't.
pink.
What do you,
Why?
No,
Why?
don't.
What the fuck is going
Keep
on?
going.
Why?
Keep going.
Why?
Keep going.
Okay, tell me where to go.
Came in guns drawn and then threw it.
What's happening?
So I have it
You're
now.
laughing and shooting.
Go
Okay. I came here because. No, we just got to the shooter.
Oh my
Kill
god.
it! Kill it! He has to die!
Kill red.
Help me!
Oh my god, I called it. I freaking
Holy
red and pink,
shit.
red and
Drop
pink.
anything.
There it is. Now finish the scanner.
It's up, CG. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay.
What the fuck?
Good.
Crazy.
Where do I middle?
You guys just in here talking like
They're not
dumbasses,
in the
like,
middle yet.
you're not even going up, Pencil. You're like,
What are you even talking about?
Okay, you're good. Okay.
Like, I was actually doing the scan. Like, I was actually doing the scanner. The fuck?
Holy shit.
I will say,
Stop.
no.
A little too far.
I don't believe
Don't
it.
sit.
You
Okay.
two, we're barely even like up, and people
A little
just
bit
like,
more up, just a
yeah.
scoop.
You're actually joking right now. You're actually joking right now.
Right?
I'll say.
Like, we
I'll say
didn't
you
have
were
like
with the long
almost
recess.
all of them.
A little
No.
too far.
I
We're
just, I'm
actually
like, no,
Nick,
there's no
and then
way.
down.
There's no way.
We were
There's no
actually-
way.
That's
Nobody
bullshit.
really
You know,
is
no,
gonna, like,
no,
walk
bullshit, Nick. Bullshit, Nick. That's bullshit. Chaos heard us. No, that's bullshit. Chaos heard us. It's bullshit. Chaos heard us. It's bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
No, I walked in there,
Bullshit.
I walked in there, I was
Bullshit.
like, nobody takes this long to do one scanner. We just did three
Bullshit.
computers.
Bullshit.
way.
Because we were
There's no
actually
way.
doing
And
the
you're like-
scanner. Bullshit.
We were actually.
like,
Can you let me fucking talk for a minute?
Bullshit. Fuck you.
You're like,
Bullshit.
I just see people
No.
go like this. You're like up to the right. and people
No,
are like,
fuck you.
oh,
No,
yeah,
fuck
totally.
you.
Go up
Because
to
we
the right.
actually
Oh,
were
just
we
go down here.
actually were doing the scanner so that we could cover ourselves. So fuck
We were
you.
actually doing the
No,
scanner.
we actually were doing the scanner. Fuck you.
No,
fuck
I
you,
was,
dude.
I walked in, I was like, that's not what
Bullshit.
I went over
Just
there,
just
I'm like,
admit. Just admit you heard us talking, because that's bullshit.
Pink.
Bullshit. Just fucking ready up the
No,
game.
I was like, nothing felt right there. I was like, nope, nope, nope.
Chaos dies immediately. I don't care if he's dissident or not.
Absolutely. He's dying every game now. I don't care. He's being rude. He's being rude as shit. He's being so fucking rude. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Ugh. Alright, I got it.
Alright. I don't even look. Pazushi. Pazushi. Rice? Rice. Rice. Alright, which one is this? Which one is cool rice? Cool rice. Back damage rice. Meters front. Okay, I don't know which one is cool. Like, what color is cool rice? Is this white rice? Brown. Okay. Okay. Brown rice. Brown rice. Brown. Oh, here's rice. Oh, here's rice. Which one is this one? Is this brown? I need to learn what the bags are. I don't know them. The black one is black? So then is
maybe.
the... Yeah, okay. So then is this one brown?
Yeah.
The gold one is brown? Or like the bronze colored-ish one? This one? The black with like the red writing on it? Is this one brown?
No, that's white. Brown rice is the
Oh my
brown
God.
and
Okay.
green.
Oh my god, please
I
go.
do the same thing.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's there! The square is there! There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
white
So,
rice.
see,
There
this
we
is
go.
brown rice. Yeah, white rice has the red, black rice has gold. and
Okay,
then,
so these are
brown
both
rice.
white. They're both white and they're both Y8Z, but they just have different fish.
Okay.
Alright, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Alright, container. Oh, container already. Okay, did we? It's I just want to remember that I have it right. It's white,
Yep, white
white
rice,
rice, white rice. Okay,
Nick,
here's. Okay, I have rice. Maybe there we go. I have rice, seaweed.
So seaweed, we got rice.
Okay, here's rice.
So what fish do we need?
One is salmon and one is salmon, one is tuna, but they're both the same rice and they're both the same vegetable.
I'll grab a salmon for now and we'll start.
Okay, so put the rice in so we can get the container back.
Yep. I'll go clean it and then go. And what do we need for
Oh,
the
here that is to clean it. There you go.
Where's what plant do we need?
What? Y8
Why-
is the. No.
Not a broken one. Where's the cleaning thing?
It's in the pantry across. Yeah, right here, right here, right here, right here. No, Nick. Here.
Oh, it's in the medical bag. Oh, it's over here.
Oh no. I'm sorry. It's the one that's got the little suds on it. It's the one that's got the little. Yeah, that one. Sorry.
Thank you.
I thought it was the pantry. I'm sorry.
it's
Yeah.
okay.
That's awesome. I think we're just
gonna dress up for Hamilton. I don't think we're gonna do anything fancy.
Hamilton.
Hamilton. To the bride.
Y8Z.
Y8Z. Which? Oh yeah.
What is going on? Oh. Who?
Justice.
Who?
I put Broseph down.
I
got the last
see
message.
that.
Broseph said I killed Chaos, and I obviously didn't kill Chaos. Will you grab this clean vent? Alright, we need to go back to where the clean vent goes, okay?
Okay.
Sorry
Why?
for pointing this gun at you, but this is the way we have to do business now.
Okay.
It's over in computers.
Okay.
Broseph just took off with the vent, and it was very suspect to me.
Do you also have a screwdriver in your other pocket so you can screw it closed?
I do have the screwdriver.
Okay, cool.
I will throw it down over there for you.
Okay.
This is where I found Chaos' dead body. It's this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Okay.
can't find the filters, and we can't.
There's one right there.
Here, it needs to go in this
Oh, that-
one, and if it
okay.
doesn't get screwed in, somebody's getting their face
It's
fucking
secure. I
blasted.
just did
It's
it.
in. It's in.
I just did it.
Then who
I
did?
just did it.
Then what's wrong?
Who killed Chaos?
There's still
think it was-
Pazushi and vents left. There's still another vent
Then
left.
why is it? Wait, why is that one not ready?
It is ready. It's blue.
It is.
It's blue.
not
Okay,
red
so then
anymore.
we're missing one.
That's what I'm saying. There's one more vent left.
There was one in
The last
machine. Did that
one
one
was-
get finished?
Yeah, I did that one.
I was
Oh, that one- Okay, so then where's the last one?
I was doing Pazushi, and
I
then
went out
Dirge
to
put a
find
gun
this
to my
one.
head and told me to do the vent with him. Can I please go back and
Because I
finish
said that I didn't
Pazushi?
trust anyone to not do them. That's how you know I'm safe, is because I was willing to kill my fellow employee if they didn't do their job.
Okay.
Well,
What
just
incentive do
did
I
this.
have to make somebody do the job correctly?
I'm
with
go-
a gun?
I'm gonna go finish
I don't know what
Pazushi
happens
now.
I'm gonna
We
go.
need to go,
I
we
would
need
like
to
to
go
go
finish our
finish your
job. Let's just do our job.
Okay, everybody go do your jobs. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
I actually felt like I was in a hostage situation.
Y8Z, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nick, you've been awfully
Where
quiet
is-
this whole time.
I've been trying to do the goddamn Pazushi.
Okay, yeah, I got
Okay, that's fair.
kidnapped. I swear to God, Nick, I was trying to go get the Pazushi pieces, and then Dirge put a gun to my head and told me to help him with the vent. I literally tried.
You held a gunpoint to do the vent.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're both
literally.
Literally, we were in a room. And Dirge was holding a
That's
gun
so
to all
funny.
three of us, and we're like, buddy, we're trying to do Pazushi.
That's
Oh God! All right. Did you clean the container?
I did. I did one of the pizzas. I don't know if we did it right though, because it's not working. I don't think.
No.
No, it's the
Alright,
wrong color
and-
rice.
Who was the bad guy?
Get distracted, nerds.
I wasn't distracted.
Amazing.
I was searching for the last filter and I
Were you a
could
bad
not
guy?
find it.
No, it was me and Gigi.
No, I
Yeah.
wasn't a bad
It was
guy.
me- it was me and Gigi.
Tonight.
I couldn't find the last filter.
It was me and Gigi.
It was us. Where was
Hell yeah.
where
I
was
was-
the last filter?
I didn't do the filter. I was doing Pazushi.
I lied. I did not finish the machine. I cleaned the machine filter, and then I told Dirge that I was gonna complete it, and then I hid it.
Yeah, that was very
my
good.
God.
I knew it was in there. Oh.
Yeah, he was asking me. I'm like, I never even
Hey,
found
I
it.
tried to avenge you, but it made me look a lot like a murderer.
Yeah. Dirge held people at gunpoint.
For you specifically.
It's on its
because
way,
you said no one
Horseman.
would. So
I saw Dirk
just know that.
chasing Broseph, and I was like, this is not my problem.
But who killed Chaos? How did Chaos die?
Yeah, how did Chaos
Literally,
die?
He just walked up to me and shot me for no reason.
Who did?
I just didn't know
It
what
was a great
happening. I was
time.
like,
It was a great
this is not
time.
my problem.
Who shot you?
I'm trying to do tasks.
Who
I
sh-
can't
who
be
shot you?
chasing Everybody.
It was red. Red
Oh.
shot.
Oh.
Oh, Nick's just an agent of chaos. That doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything.
Yeah.
If that was true, then Chaos would have lived.
Mhm.
That would have been so cool, Andy, with the handbag.
Pazushi again!
Alimentation.
Alright, watch me actually finish Pazushi this time. I'm doing it. I'm
The
fucking...
one with the
I believe
squares,
in you,
right?
you got
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Alright, Pazushi, give me some rice on the way. Any rice on the way? Any rice on the way? Oh, here's a container on the way. Nice, get that.
Oh, here's one.
Okay, I got a container. Oh, here's rice, and I got a rice. No, stop it. There you go. No, pick up the rice. There we go. Okay. I have a rice, and I have a container. Alright. What? Black. Okay. Black.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so that needs brown. Oh, okay. We don't even need black rice. So this one can come out entirely. Oh wait, no, it doesn't come out. Okay, never mind.
No.
Oh wait, does it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I was just pushing that thing. Okay, so we need white and brown. Yeah, white and brown rice. Hey, Laz. All right, here's rice. Here's rice. Here's brown rice. Were you singing Delilah?
Wait, what was the fish?
Brown. Okay, so we just need white as well. All right. Well, what's the one that says brown? That's white. Can you put that one in there, please?
Which one? Left or right?
Doesn't matter which one.
Here, I'm just gonna put it down. I don't.
It doesn't matter. Okay. Which one is brown, Broseph? Which one has the brown rice?
Salmon.
Okay,
and
perfect.
I have the flour for it too already.
Okay,
so,
here's
so I
brown
should
rice.
put- Okay, here's
Guys,
the
I have
fish.
to let you
Okay.
know,
Here's
I don't
the-
have a single weapon, and it's
There.
really upsetting me right
put them
now.
She had something in her
There was a screwdriver. Okay, rice, fish, and then vegetable.
All I have is batteries. This is
Flour.
all I have in my hand. Is batteries.
Flour.
Flour. All right, and then we need the white rice as well. Take that back.
Packaging.
Piz-
Piscushy.
Piscucci. Okay, now let's put it down. Don't forget to get your jar back so we can clean them.
What?
There you go.
There you go.
Get your
It,
jar
like,
so we
showed
can
on the
clean it.
thing, and then still like threw it, and I was like, okay.
That happens with the rice for me all the time. I'm like, what the fuck?
Cleaning the jar. Cleaning our piss jars.
Our
Piscucci
Piscucci
jars.
jars.
Piscushy jars.
Laz, how are you?
Next one, wasn't it?
I actually don't remember what that one was. I just remember it's white rice, which I already have started.
And I think it's cod and or okay, I'm gonna go get our eat.
All right, I'll start the rice. Okay. Okay, so next one should be white rice cod RU2. White rice. Okay, let's do this. White rice. Okay. Rice. Rice. And then we need cod.
Did you get a cod already? No.
No, I just put the rice in.
I mean, that's so true.
Cod.
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 We talk about how this actually doesn't look good.
My city's sushi restaurants serve pizza, like sushi pizza, and it's like delicious.
They
And
serve
it's basically
Piscucci?
this,
That's
but
crazy.
They serve Piscucci.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. We did Piscucci. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Yay! We did Piscucci.
Gigi, see, my system works.
I fucked up because I picked up the C4 before I found the trigger. And that
Gigi, were you on the bad
was
side?
my big mistake.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I click that every time I see it. Just
So-
like every time I was
So
walking
I held, I
around,
basically
Vader
held
clicking
Gigi
it
at gunpoint
since
to
the
do the
When I got it, I went,
alimentations.
oh, that was my fault. I shouldn't have carried that around.
So Gigi, I
I
basically,
did tell you the truth, though. She did
Gigi,
blow
it's
true.
herself up.
Gigi,
I
I
didn't blow
basically
myself
bullied
up.
you into
I made
helping
a bad
us.
choice.
I bullied
What
you
were
into
you
helping us, basically.
doing?
Oh, I mean, I
Aliminations.
Alimentations?
One, and then I couldn't find the other one, but I guess somebody else.
Yo,
did.
And I-
Broseph and I destroyed Pazushi, I just want to
Walked
say.
by your body and was like, "Who killed you?" And
But apparently I didn't.
Alright, I'm just gonna grab my drink.
Ironically
And then when you
enough.
have the blanny in your face, it's like, oh yeah, let's, you know,
the Baron is like, "Wait, who
as
killed
long
you?"
as this gets done, nobody gets
Yeah,
hurt.
How did this
me, I
happen?
guess.
Oh boy.
Whoopsie, all murder.
I was like, well, I don't think we're winning this one.
Yeah, I literally,
I
Did you
watched
see-
you get taken hostage the whole time I was watching. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
and
Yeah,
I was,
I accidentally like roughed you up too with the battery. I was like,
You
"Oh,
sure did.
and then, yeah, okay, I'm like, I was being polite, right? You know, we do the batteries, no one gets hurt.
What
Like-
is
You're like,
happening over there? Gun away. Just kidding.
Broseph. Broseph?
Broseph, excuse me, this game is great.
This is my private time with myself.
Please leave Broseph alone in their goon cave.
I'm just gonna cry.
The worst part is, it's the skin viewers, so it looks like you're doing that to whoever.
I just got home since I had to remind my managers I need more hours. They're scheduling right now.
You're doing that to yourself.
To just
Actually,
4?
right now it looks like you're doing that to me.
You're fantastic to see.
I'm uncomfortable.
Are you hiking? I'm hiking.
Can we ready? Ready.
Already?
Oh my god.
Durgeon Gigi.
oh wow,
Start the-
I was last.
my
I'm
God.
sorry."
Employee. Pressure. Alright, Chaos, this is our moment. Chaos, this is our moment. You're gonna redeem yourself here.
Which one's analysis again? That's the computer.
Just so you can see how long it takes. There you go. Go do the computer. Come here. Direct me.
Where's how do I turn the screen on?
Am I not standing in the right spot? No, this is scanner. Analysis is the plants.
Alright,
I had to
yeah,
look at it to
let's-
see
I'm not
for.
gonna- I'm not gonna. I see. I went into the plants at first, and then I was like, oh wait a minute.
You don't want to do pressure? I know you like to do pressure. Alright.
I
Analysis.
like pressure, but every time I do pressure, people die. So I'm
It's
assuming
true. That
I
is
don't have to do
true.
pressure anymore.
Well, I was gonna do pressure with you. I offered up to do pressure. Oh, here's a container. Okay. Container. Who took the gun? Who took there was a gun here. There was a gun here. Who took it? One of you has it. One of you is going to betray me and shoot me.
I don't have
What are
no
you talking about?
gun.
There was a gun on this table, and now it's not here.
I have no gun.
Gross up.
I don't have a gun.
Show me your hands. The laugh has been They weren't wrong, no gun. That means Chaos has the gun, and that means Chaos is the other dissident. Yep. Yep, it's Chaos. It's Chaos and Broseph. Yep, it's Chaos and Broseph.
I'm looking for a clean. Where do we clean the where do we clean the containers? Well, who's doing pressure?
It was the one with red. I think it was this one with red.
Well, no, only one.
So that happened.
Broseph stabbed me.
I wasn't even here. You guys can't blame me for the pressure
He was
thing.
here. He watched
I mean, I'm
it
gonna blame
happen.
him, but
I watched it happen.
Did you get blown up by pressure?
No, I was the one who watched it
I think I
happen.
did.
Oh,
Yeah, it was that one. I think.
it's the two.
Turn it off, you idiots!
This one
I
seemed
didn't even know
really
you were
accurate.
over there. What the?
Somebody fucking watch.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll watch.
You guys, you watch it
Yeah, I
now,
don't know.
alright?
I'm not why. I'm gonna keep doing the
Okay, I'm standing here and I'm watching.
I'll just let
Alright.
them
Okay. You're good. You're good. Still good. Still good. Okay, perfect.
Jesus Christ.
Do it, Dirge. Kill them all.
He's good. He's good.
Okay, Sully.
I actually fully believe that Nick might have been evil, and that was just his downfall.
No, bad. Oh. Ow. Ow.
Sorry.
It was the second one.
Yeah.
Like, I went bad.
Hey, I didn't hear you soon enough. Sorry. I heard one bad and then it was too late. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
So this one's the most violent.
Ping, I don't know why
Yes,
you
it's
get
the most
behind
violent.
Yaga like that was so funny.
Or did I like? Did my head like go in her head?
The first one. The first.
Yeah,
Yellow.
that's very funny.
Yellow.
So Broseph is one of them, and I don't know who the other one is.
Okay, are you ready?
I think it's Chaos. I'm pretty sure it's Chaos because I think I saw Chaos stash a container.
Gigi found the other container in like the computer room, the security camera room over there, and she was like, "That's totally a Broseph move. This is what they do every time."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Chaos. See, Chaos and Broseph are together. I'm pretty sure it's them.
You can like take the fish. You can like take the fish out.
Yeah, see, they're not doing anything. They're just fucking off.
Alright, somebody is hiding all the
Yep.
containers, and we need to find that person.
Yeah, it's you, Chaos. I watched you throw one. Broseph has a fish. Okay.
What the fuck is happening in here?
Bad. One and two. Bad. One and two bad.
We're doing pressure.
One and two bad.
Oh,
Broseph.
no fish?
Yeah, I kind of
Okay,
like
are
big
people
Swedish fish.
still dying in here?
Nom nom.
Oh.
Oh,
They just explode. Oh yeah, hey, you might die if they're doing this.
Scared.
Yeah, this will explode.
Scared. Three.
Okay.
See, what would be perfect would be if somehow they could get behind and push the pressure button.
We've been. Okay.
Sorry,
They just
I
killed each other?
can't be
Broseph and Dirk just both died.
Yes, they just killed each other.
Oh,
Amazing.
good, I got you. Thank God. I'd be so upset if I didn't.
Dirk.
But I definitely tried
Wow.
this.
So,
Can we get
so
I got that top
mutually assured, whatever.
All right, Broseph, I will give it to you. That was a very good one, and you got me back from the computer.
Let's just
Yeah,
stand
Broseph
together
just tried to kill me, and they did what we did. What me and you did earlier. We were simultaneously died.
Broseph, we found where you stabbed in the container.
I knew it.
Who was it?
It was Chaos and Broseph.
Me.
Broseph stabbed me, and Chaos was stashing containers.
When I found the container in fucking cameras, I knew it was you.
I heard
You
you-
always hide them there.
You
I
walked
saw
away from me,
Chaos
and I
throw
heard you
one.
say- I heard you say, every time Rose is a dissident, they hide them as you're walking away, and I was like,
Broseph offered me some fish and then murdered me, and it made me really sad.
you
I- you both
wow.
died at the
Shot
same
me right as I
time.
stabbed you, you son of a bitch.
Well,
You
you
died
know I
at the
keep
same
that
time.
thing
It was
on me.
hilarious.
Ark, thank you so much for the raid.
cry together, and then Chaos decided to pull murder.
Now I want Swedish
Yeah,
fish,
none
though.
of analysis got done because Chaos was hiding the containers the entire time and then going, someone's hiding the
Well, this was
containers,
the
we have to
only
find
time
who
I've
it
ever
is.
been a dissident, so I was like, oh, I guess I better just do this.
And I, see,
Chaos were just like, let's get the container.
did
And then you guys
great.
never cared about the container.
No.
Cared about our punch eight.
Broseph stabbed me.
No one helped me. If pressure happens again, no one help me. I'll do it
That's
myself.
not true.
No, I want to learn pressure.
Do it right.
I was doing pressure with you that one time. You just didn't hear me.
All right, I don't respond well to terrorism.
Broseph does that often. This game has been absolute just insanity. Blessies.
The last thing I heard was Dirk doesn't respond well to terrorists.
Delivery. Delivery. Okay, Okay, so this is the security camera. Security. Oh, and here's a bad vent, too. Look at that. So security has one of each. Alright, I gotta get... Is there anything in any of these? Nope, nope, nope. Brosif does that often? Yeah, I guess so. Tape. Bring out the cat. For some reason, I just find this so much more fun than Among Us was. Like, if you remember that game that we used to play before, First Class Trouble, I liked that one better than Among Us as well. I only heard the explosion. Was it somebody? I bet you somebody just picked up the C4 trigger, like always. Let's be real. Okay. Is there a screwdriver available in storage? There is! Yay!
Someone's gotta be hiding boxes, because...
Was the explosion Nick dying?
Is Nick dead?
Did Nick die?
Sound hopeful.
Yeah.
I only heard it. I haven't seen the fallout of it. But there's one over here.
Where's the boxes?
I haven't seen a single box. I'm doing this vent that's in security. You wear your hoodie today? Let's go. Is it nice and cozy? Oh, man. Didn't... Because of fun I know people just like pick up the detonator and just push it, and it's like, even if they're not the dissident, they're just like, ooh. Pixel Hearts, thank you so much for the raid. 3 raids tonight. What is going on? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome in. How was your stream? How was your stream? What did you play? Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward. What even is that? Visual novel. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? But welcome in, Raiders. I hope you all had a wonderful stream. I unfortunately, I mean, I can play the raid video, but if I die, you're gonna miss it. So many favorite series you really? I've never even heard of it. Tell me a little bit, like, obviously don't spoil, but like tell me a little bit about like the story and like what it kind of, like what attracts you to it. How many more? Oh, there's, okay, there are 2 vents left, it says. So where are they? Are there even vents in the restaurant? No, there's not even vents in the restaurant. I have to remember that from now on. Okay, is there a vent in the cleaning room? Is there a vent in the cleaning room? Nope. Okay. Is there a vent in this room?
I've been trying to find the
Oh,
lock
Nick
vent.
is dead.
Yeah, I think he had C4 in his pocket because like the trigger was somewhere.
Is
and I
that
think he was
C4 in your
trolling.
pocket? Are you excited to see me?
Do you want to buddy system so that we don't die?
Yeah, we should do that.
We should do that.
We
Is there
should
a
do
vent
that.
over farther in?
I don't know. I don't think so. There's 9 people stuck in a facility forced to play a murder game. There's lots of different timelines. Oh, that sounds fun. No, no vent in here.
No vent in here.
No vent.
Hit it.
Me too.
I found it and hit it. Okay, good.
Everything's great and wonderful and fun.
Why are you whispering? I heard whispering.
We're whispering about being buddy system and
Back
making
out
sure we don't
now.
die.
I
Okay.
don't like whispering.
Oh,
Okay.
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 We're not allowed to whisper anymore,
Okay,
Gigi.
I don't know how. The escape is this way.
I don't know. We're not allowed to whisper about being scared anymore.
I don't like that. Okay. Okay. Do you know where the last vent is?
I don't.
No.
Do you know where the last?
I know.
I've
I'm
been
so
looking.
scared. I'm so
Oh,
scared.
shit. I know. Yaga pointed her gun at us and told us to back out slowly, so we did.
Well, that sounds
But I-
really suspicious.
What do you mean that sounds really suspicious?
Screwdriver.
Because
That's
that sounds
all
like
I
something I
have.
would do, and everyone always says I sound suspicious.
Oh.
All I have is a screwdriver.
I know.
Nothing to defend myself with. And Yaga pointed a gun at us, and I'm very scared.
Okay, has anybody seen a vent? I can't hear over the music.
I can't. I hate it. I hate that. It's so overstimulating. Jesus Christ.
Chaos is just killing people. I'm hiding for the last 2 seconds.
What's that?
Where the fuck are we going?
Whisperer.
Why did you kill me?
You look suspicious. You were coming out of a room that we knew was
whispering?
nothing in
Was you
there. I
whispering?
checked
I
it
was
before.
looking
Was you
for the
whispering?
last vent.
You were whispering, weren't you?
I wasn't whispering. I was looking for the last vent.
Were
and
you
Chaos
whispering?
just shot me
No.
in cold blood.
You
Whisperers.
stopped. You looked at me.
He
You
knows I don't
knife
know
in
how
your
to
hand.
whisper.
and I
That
know
is
if I
true.
turned my
Broseph
back-
does not know how to
I
whisper.
needed a screwdriver. I was looking for
heard-
the last vent.
I heard.
Yeah, because
And
we were
giggle.
like, let's stay together for safety, and if they attack us, we'll just kill them together. Teehee.
That's what we were whispering about.
So
That's
yeah,
what dissenters would say. Who were the dissenters?
me and Gigi.
Yeah, it was us. See, I'm like, why are you whispering? Let's stay together so we can kill people.
It's true. Is it not the truth though? Is it not the truth? We're not lying.
No, we were whispering. We're like, we'll stay together for the buddy system.
Yeah.
My instincts were on point. On point.
But you did nothing about it.
I didn't even hear what you said. I just heard, and I went,
But Chaos, I didn't have a knife in my hand. It was just.
We
a
just had
screwdriver.
screwdrivers, honestly.
Not that thing.
We just had screwdrivers, honestly.
Hide the last
Likely-
vent.
I hit a
the last delivery box.
I hit a vent.
I found that
You
though. I
dirty,
had to finish
dirty
deliveries.
gremlins.
I hit a vent.
It's okay.
I have a really good
restaurant.
hiding spot that I don't know if anybody
From
else
now
has found yet.
I must just kill Pink. It is
I feel like
for the rest of
that's
the game.
just what you wanted anyway. That has nothing to do with the game.
I didn't kill you. I could have.
You threatened us
I
with
did
a
it.
lie.
I didn't.
Oh man, Rucking is committed.
Okay. Okay, so scanner is the dots, guys, remember. I think Chaos should have to do the scanner so he can see how slow it is. What are you doing in here?
Well, I was making sure there's no computer in here. I trust no one.
I trust no one either, especially people who murder me because they say I don't do tasks fast enough.
No, we did 3 computers at the time.
someone go to
You do
office
1
3.
scanner.
But there's like 10
Whatever.
dots, dude.
Someone go to office 3.
Which one is 3? Okay, I'm going. Is this 1? Wait, this is office 1. So that means that this is office 2. Okay, hold on. Office 3's gotta be across. Office 3 is across. Why? Office 3, office 3. Office 3. Office 1's on the other side. Okay, I'm in office 3. Y2 send file. Send to machine. Send to machine, Broseph.
Okay, sent to Botanic.
Broseph, it's sent to machine. Broseph, I did it! Broseph, I did it! Broseph, I did it!
We need confirmation.
Office 3! Wait, I don't want... I was trying to tell you!
In what plan?
Okay,
The one in
this
here.
is 3. Why? Okay, did it. Broseph, I did it! Broseph!
It's a success.
Broseph, I
We're
did...
almost done with computers then.
What is going on in here?
All right, scanner. We gotta do scanning.
Done.
Oh, computers are done. Nice. All right, so scanners and medical. Is Nick just following Gigi around with a gun?
Trying to kill people. Kill blue.
I'm not. I'm literally.
I'm gray.
Okay, do you want to do scanners?
Yeah. Let's get
But wait, blue is over here.
People all have guns. What's going on? What the fuck?
Like, who is alive and who is dead? Is anyone okay? Is anyone doing the scanner? No. Don't do it! Stop! Blue!
Well.
down.
We're doing so bad. I'm doing so bad at hiding that I was murdering people.
I did 3 of the scanners
I
off by
hesitated
You would not
myself.
be able to
I
do
was
that.
in here by
I don't know how
myself
many bullets
doing
you have
scanner.
left.
Let's keep it that way. Down.
I did computers with Broseph, honestly.
Like, I want you to know how hard I hesitated.
Down a little bit.
On me? Dirge?
Down.
No, yeah, because they were doing scanner by themselves.
Oh.
And I was
Keep
like,
going,
oh,
keep
I
going,
feel
keep
so
going.
bad.
No, please, I'm
I
alone.
could not. That part snowballed so bad. I waited
Derek
too
got
long.
me right after Pink
right a little
left to go do the.
Yeah, I heard somebody say, well, you gotta stay here to look at something, bros. And I was like, well, I gotta
many are
stab
left?
Joseph in the face.
Left.
Wow.
So I honestly didn't know that you have to wait for confirmation because I was like, Broseph can't hear that I pushed the button. I have to go tell them I pushed the button, and you're like, you have to wait. And I was like, shit, I really didn't know that.
Watching. All of a sudden you show up and I'm like, oh no.
Down.
This is why Psycho RP
That was just me.
works.
That was me being
Because
dumb.
As long as you're not the bad guy.
Down a little bit. Left a little bit. Down a little bit. Right a little bit.
Is Nick trying to
Down
like
a little
put
bit.
out the
Down with the dots.
the count? Okay, the
Up a
timer.
little bit.
See, it does take a while. Chaos. And sometimes you go in little small little spinning circles.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Is he waiting? Is he waiting for the timer? Oh my god, he's gonna kill Gigi.
Yeah.
Stop sandbagging then.
Yeah, he was correct. He was correct, though.
Who's left?
You were sandbagging me. I know you can hear
He
me.
was
You were
correct.
sandbagging it.
He was correct.
Am I the only one left?
Yep.
He knew. How did he know?
I can't.
Because I was doing a
That's
very
why,
bad job.
that's why the gun RP is
'Cause
too
I-
strong. It's OP strat.
I was doing a very bad job at the scanner.
The worst part is the couple rounds ago, like Nick and I honestly were doing the scanner, and Chaos was like, "You took too long."
But it's hard to find it He's not even in the center.
What?
Hello.
And that's how you fucking do it.
Second
Club.
job, too strong.
Why did you
Second
kill
needs to
me?
be outlawed because it's too strong. It's a
Wait,
quick
what?
Why did you
combo.
kill me?
It's so
What?
good.
Who was it? It was Dirge and who?
Why
It
did
was
you
me.
kill me?
It was me
Dirge and Gigi.
And Gigi.
Gigi was sandbagging it, so I had to go grab something and kill her.
See, and that's why I said
I
it
like
doesn't
that
take
you
as long to
stopped
do
to go
scanner.
do that too, and she's like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah, but you were saying I wasn't doing it, and I actually was doing it, unless Nick wasn't directing me, right?
It's taking this long to do scanner, and then I see
Well-
this sandbag, and I was like, oh yeah, this is just vindication.
Chaos, once again, you're
Pinks
still
was
wrong.
over here
Pick
talking
it
in my ear, going, "See, it takes forever to do this," and then the sandbagger runs away.
Well, you're not letting
Okay.
me. Pink and I were actually doing it, but cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did 3 by myself, and then Dirge murdered me.
That's all I'm saying. We got somebody over here doing 3 by themselves, and
I was like a bat. I was listening for
Dirge.
ticks. I was like tick tick tick.
Dirge,
tick,
the
tick,
second
tick,
you looked at me, I'm like, oh, absolutely not.
tick 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 tick.
You gotta be quicker on the draw, man.
I listen, you know.
I heard you
my
come in and I was like, he'll save me. Nope.
By the
It
way,
was my
Gigi,
plea to Dirge, going, "Please don't. I'm alone."
after I shot Dirge, I had no bullets left, so you could have killed me.
I should have. I was not. I don't know how many bullets are in these guns.
If you hold it, it tells you.
How many guns you have.
So if you right click when you have a gun in your hand, it'll tell you how many bullets are in it.
scanner and Pashushi.
Bazushi.
I'm about to go do scanner solo. Show you guys how fast it can be done.
Okay.
Where is it?
I will never get over the slight while I was doing the scanner, actually doing the scanner.
Scanner, let's go, scanner. Okay, okay. Do you want to be the scannee or the scanner? Oh, you're ticking. Look at, you're already ticking. Okay, down. Keep going, you're doing good. You're doing so good. Okay, stop. And then to your left.
I swear to gosh,
That's-
if you take
stop.
forever to do this,
Okay, perfect. Now, all the other ones are kind of like behind you, so if you want to like kind of turn around. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I
stop right there
lost
and
this.
go up. And stop. Okay, go a little bit to your left. There you go.
Okay.
What the fuck was that? Down. Down, down. And stop. Go to the right. And a little up. Right there.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Go up. Like, look almost all the way up. And you're going to go a smidge to your right. Since that one's like the furthest away.
More? More?
Okay. A little more, little more, little more, little more. And more up. So much up. There.
Oh, oh.
Right there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Down about even. Yeah. Right there. And then left. Keep going, and stop. Okay. Down. More left. And then up. Little right, little right, little right. Right there. Little down, like a smidgy. Oh, little up. Right there. Okay. Up. And just keep right up there. Okay, and then left. Okay, perfect. And then up a little bit. And left a smidge. Little more, little up. Right there. Did it!
Yay! Okay, Pazushi.
We're gonna go out and everyone's gonna be dead.
Well, I did hear an explosion. What is this? This is like some Minecraft shit.
It's wiggling.
Yeah. I have I not noticed that before.
I don't know. It looks really depressed.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
what the
What?
fuck happened?
There's
here?
another one.
There's no. Oh my god.
Here's
Listen, what? Okay, I'm listening.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Here's what happened.
Where are you? Where are you?
What? I was working on my pizzushi.
Mhm.
I came over here
Okay.
to check for rice. I saw
Where somebody hid the
Dirge
rice.
and Dirge. No, all the rice is in the restaurant. We're good.
Okay.
Like, I
Dirge
could,
and Grosif. And then Nick was like, they killed each other, and I was like, that seems suspicious. Then he came out and then started shooting at me, so then I shot him.
Okay.
Okay. That
Pizza.
checks out. Brown rice, white rice. Okay. What rice do you
Tuna.
guys have?
Oh, they're both G3M though. They're
We need the plants.
They're both-
I have all of
Oh,
the
the
rice.
plants?
We just need plants.
they're both
Yeah.
they're both the
Container.
same. They're both the same. I don't have a container. Is there one in the pantry? No.
Okay, which plant was it?
G3M, I think it was.
G3. Okay.
G3M, I think it was.
That's like toadstools. It looks
Yeah,
like.
little mushrooms. But we need two because both of them need the same plant, so we have to find the second
Okay.
container.
Okay, so that's this one.
Okay.
Okay, I got a mushroom.
Okay.
I hope we killed the dissidents.
Oh, here's a container. Okay, so I will also get a mushroom, which is this one.
Okay.
No. Wait, can you only pick one plant out of a thing per thing? Like, is that how it works? Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, I have the other plant. Enjoy your TCG, CM. I need to get back into it, honestly. I started it one night and then I never went back to it. I don't know why. No reason, honestly.
Container.
Okay, here's the second plant for the second,
Okay. Pizza.
Pizza.
Two.
Okay, I will start the next pizza since we are running out of time. What is the second, what rice does the second pizza need?
It needs brown rice.
Okay, can you wash a full container?
Yeah, I got
probably.
it. I
Okay.
grabbed the wrong. I grabbed
What's the
the wrong.
fish? What's the
rice.
fish we need? What's the fish we need?
Let me
It's
see.
cod,
Let me see. Tuna.
Tuna.
tuna. I
Okay.
was wrong.
Go get a tuna.
Tuna.
Okay, I brought the plant in. Did someone pick it up? Oh yeah, you have it, okay.
I got it. I didn't want it getting misplaced.
Who has tuna?
We just need.
No, chaos! It's chaos!
Chaos, don't do it.
I've got.
Oh god, he killed himself with stamina. Amazing. Okay, here's tuna.
That tuna, get that
I'm getting it here.
Grab that fish!
Like I have a gun. Who runs the world? Girls. Everybody loves girls. Girls.
Chaos, chaos, no!
I know, that's what chaos. No. Chaos. No.
Go!
Oh god.
I like these pizza boxes with the clear cover.
They're very fancy.
They are very fancy.
Yeah.
Nick, was it you?
It was not me. I swear to God.
It was Broseph with that laugh.
I was actually telling.
They got me yelling
with a song of Berserker.
Yeah, I was actually telling the
Bro,
truth.
to murder.
I was
that.
actually telling the truth, and then I could tell you didn't believe me, so I'm like, fuck it, we ball.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Why did you try to kill me in front of two other people?
I could tell you didn't believe me. I could tell you were gonna shoot me, so I'm like,
Chaos
eh,
has
whatever.
no regrets. Look at him.
Chaos. Why would you try to kill me in front of two other people?
He saw that we were about to win.
And he panicked.
What else can you do?
I was too efficient with my
Well,
pizzushi.
I just didn't know how to sabotage it because I tried to just pick the pizza up, but it wouldn't even let me.
What are these sounds?
Like,
Stop making
Leave
sounds
it
on
on
my
the belt.
done,
It's
yeah.
like you just gotta stop it from being made.
You got C4.
Oh
We
god,
need a
that's
C4
so
right there.
funny.
I couldn't find the
I
boomer.
liked how
couldn't
Pink and
find
I
the
came out into the hallway
That
and
would've
was
been
just
so
like,
funny just to see.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yaga and I did the scanner, and there's just like a pile of bodies.
I'm holding a lot, so like, listen, here's what happened. Here's the truth.
Here's the story so far.
Also, killed Chaos, and then I just screamed, grab the fish!
We had a minute left.
We didn't kill Chaos. Chaos killed himself using his stamina.
That's true.
That's true.
I was ready to kill Chaos. I had a gun. And two.
Oh, this is fun. Delivery!
Delivery and a analysis. Okay.
I'm not here for anal assist.
What did you say, Dirge? You're having more fun than you thought you would?
Oh yeah, because like Among Us gets draining on me after like.
I
2
hate
games, but
hate Among Us, but this is fun for some reason.
This is so much better than Among Us
Because
ever
you can
was.
fight
It really
back and
is.
There's more shit to do. It kind of reminds me of this like weird top-down game, Space Station 13, that like is kind of similar.
Yeah, like in Among Us, you
cool.
can't shoot other people or like yeah.
Got questions. Yeah. Should I get back to bullying Gigi?
Listen, honestly, I think after the last game you probably should. Yeah, I think that's
Alright.
honestly your best bet.
All right.
All right, what is it? It's delivery and analysis. Oh, analysis is the fucking plants. I always forget. Okay. Analysis is the plants one, so we need containers.
Get that.
Here's a container. Okay.
Safety.
Plant.
Motherfucking.
Plant. Plant. Do you have Long John Silver's there, like the restaurant? Yeah. Oh. I literally walked the wrong way while I was reading chat. I don't really like seafood very much, though, so.
That's the fluffy one. Don't. Okay.
Boo.
Be a four. It's the fluffy one.
Boo.
It's the fluffy one. Fluffy one, fluffy one. It's the fluffy one.
Fluffy. Fluffy. Oh. That was an explosion. Tee-hee? The fluffy one. Okay, I think I saw one more thing in here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. The Taco Bell in which order? They were closed, but the Taco Bell part was open. Which was G3M? What does G3M look like? What does G3M look like? What? I was trying to help, GG. I was trying to help Gigi. I'm like, Gigi, I'm asking what the things look like, and you're just ignoring me.
Kill Pixel. Kill
Why?
Pixel.
Whoa.
Kill Pixel.
What the fuck?
G3.
Why?
Standing there going in a circle.
No,
You're just standing there going in a circle, holding the container like do 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 do.
Okay, again, literally, Gigi said the name, and I said, which one is that? And I was waiting for her to answer me so I could pick it out of the thing, but okay.
Gigi ain't nowhere around here.
She's in the room! She's in the room next to me!
In my defense, Pixel, when someone says shoot someone, I just do what I'm told.
Like, that's the second time that Chaos has accused me of not doing a task that I was fucking doing.
But to be fair, though, I also killed Chaos.
Just standing there going in circles.
Yeah, because Gigi said the name of the plant, and I said, what does that look like, Gigi? And then you fucking shot me.
Didn't see Gigi anywhere.
Yeah, okay.
Looks like you were talking in circles. Going
Okay,
in
yep, Gigi's in the room across from me, but okay.
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. I think that's everybody.
God damn it.
Where's Yaga?
Who's the other dissident?
Me. But I was actually fucking doing the task. Yeah, but that's the second time that I was doing the task.
That was stressful. I don't know if you guys are over here. I don't like killing you.
The funniest part is both times that he killed me for not doing the task, I was actually doing the task.
What is happening? Who's the whoa.
Oh no.
Okay, I didn't even do that.
Oh,
Who needs a clean container?
Dirge, no.
Everybody.
There's nobody left for the clean container. There's nobody
Oh, Yagas doesn't know she's the only one.
Everyone's dead.
Oh God.
I felt so bad killing you, bro, because I let you go so many times. I was like, I just have to
I
kill
was
you now.
doing a
I'm
good
sorry.
job. I was singing my little songs about my little plants.
Gigi, you got me killed though because you said G3M and I was like, Gigi, what does that look like? And I walked over here to meet you to be like, what does that look like? I can pick it.
I
And
didn't
Chaos,
hear you.
no, and then Chaos goes, you're just walking in circles. You're not doing your task. Boom.
Just stand there like,
I didn't hear you. I
like
was
literally singing a jaunty tune.
That's what I was like, Gigi, what does that look like? I'm in here. I'll pick it for you.
I didn't hear you. I was trying.
You got me killed.
I was talking to Gigi. I was like, where? Where's Gigi?
Gigi was in this room. Gigi was in this room. On the other side of the glass. No, Gigi was in this glass room. She was in this glass room here.
I was in the Pink. I was in the container room when you asked.
Then how did you know? When I asked?
But I couldn't see.
Oh my God.
Because I was in the container room, so I couldn't answer you because I wasn't there.
But you said G3M, and I was like, which one does that look like?
I was singing it to myself. I was singing it. I was trying to remember what I needed.
I literally walked in the room. I was like, there's nobody in here.
Oh well. I guess we're gonna lose now because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh wait,
It's okay. I've been consistently getting to phase 2 Radon during this entire thing.
Oh my God.
Yes, I can totally do this in 8 seconds.
I think
Clean my fridge.
I think she doesn't know how.
Just spit slowly.
Oh God.
I was doing a good job.
You were, and I couldn't replace you. Let me tell you. Dirk, were you bad?
I was evil, yeah. I felt
Well,
really
you
bad
deserve the
being
death
evil.
you got. Yeah, you ran away and that killed you, so you're welcome. Exercise is not your friend.
I was singing my, I was singing my plant song.
me around yelling that
Yaga, that was hilarious. Gigi? Gigi? Oh. Oh no. Gigi, what plant did you need? Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah. This is Pixel. This is Pixel. Hey, what plant do I need? Empty room with nobody in it.
Okay, you know what's so funny? This is the second time Chaos has accused me of not doing a task when I've actually been doing it after I've already sabotaged. I literally threw 2 containers away, and then I was like, I'm gonna help Gigi with this 1 container that's left because she's gonna catch me throwing it. Like I actually was doing it.
I was crushing it with just
Like
my
that's
one
how you
container
that's
that
how
I
you
was
do, you have to
cleaning
do
and
some
reusing.
parts of the task to make it look like you're helping with the task. You can't do none of the task.
Yep.
Grace,
Or
can you
just
clip
kill
that?
everybody.
Can you clip Yaga's reaction to all the dead bodies?
She's just
Because
like,
that was
oh.
amazing.
There were so many bodies.
I think the whole lobby was in there. The entire lobby was in the plant room.
Sushi.
Vents. Alright, let me get a screwdriver and I will vent. Vents.
I need a sushi that's going in my pocket for later. There's brown
Good
rice
girl.
right here.
Here's a container for whoever's doing Pazushi. There's an empty container.
I'm off with rice.
I need a screwdriver. Oh, here's a screw. Oh,
Oh.
Brosev.
Sad.
Brosev's Evo! Brosev's Evo! What?
Can you grab that container? That way we have one ready
Yeah.
to go for Pazushi.
There's like 2 containers here. Yeah, here, I'll just get. There we go. Okay, I have 2 containers. I have 2 containers.
Young priest and an old priest.
There it is. This one's black.
I'm gonna get a
right?
container.
I have 2. I have 2. I have 2. I have 2. Just push the buttons.
Okay, we need black rice and brown rice. We do not need white rice. Oh, god damn it.
Whatever.
Why
It's fine.
do the packages not match the kind of rice they
It's
are?
fine. Okay, so what do we need? What kind? Brown?
Black and brown.
Okay, here is.
Gigi, turn around.
There's black,
I'm ignoring you.
and here's brown.
I'm ignoring you.
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
What the? What? Why?
She was being mean.
Why? Nick killed Gigi.
She was being rude.
Kill Gigi.
Nick killed Gigi.
What?
She was being rude.
Oh.
Okay, so brown rice, tuna, RU2, brown rice and tuna. Yeah, RU2.
RU2. RU2.
Okay, this is the brown rice.
All right. Do we need any more rice, or are we good?
No, we have the rices. We have both rices. We need one more container for the other plant, though. Hi, driver. All right, so the brown rice has tuna.
Dead people on the menu?
Yeah,
What the hell's
Nick
going on here?
killed her. Is this tuna? How do I know which kind of fish this is? I'll just reset it because I don't know. Oh, it is tuna. Okay, I should have kept it. Oh well. Okay. Tuna?
Isn't it supposed to be black rice?
Yeah, the second one. The second pizza. So,
Can you get this off?
okay, put it on. RU2 goes on. Okay, here's the
Oh, what?
here's the
It's
dirty.
dirty?
Here's the dirty one.
Okay, I got it. I
Okay.
gotta go wash it.
Okay, I'm packaging the Pazushi. Okay, this one goes here. Okay, so black rice cod. Okay, there's this. Wait, Chaos took the rice. Okay, Chaos, come back. You have the rice. Chaos has the rice.
They didn't giggle. They were very
Chaos
quiet.
has the rice. Like,
Chaos
you
took.
stole it?
Yes, Chaos took the rice.
Oh, we killing?
So we need black rice for the second one.
Okay. Fucking chaos.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, put it in there, and then what fish did we need?
I want to say cod, but let me just double check. Cod, yep. And Y8Z.
Y8Z, okay.
Yeah, here's. I'll look.
I
I'll.
didn't get...
I can't find any containers.
Here's an empty. If you can clean it. Well,
Yeah,
maybe I don't trust you.
How about I'll clean it and bring it back. I promise.
Okay.
We'll bring it back with the plant.
Y8Z is the plant
Is
we
this
need.
gun empty?
I don't know actually. Nick dropped it after he killed DG.
Well, he also killed Broseph, so...
Oh. All right. Y8Z is the plant.
He said that Broseph stabbed him, so...
Driver, are you joining?
There we go.
Thank you. Throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Throw it on the.
I'm sorry. There we go.
All right. Y8G. 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 Shit. Y8G is what? Y8G. Y8Z is that weird bendy one. This one? I think it's this one, but I can't grab that. Did somebody come and pick all the plants? Why can't... Is it this one? I don't think it's this one. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Here, I'm coming back with the plant.
All right. You need to find vents.
I just want to make sure you were still alive.
Yeah, no, I couldn't find the plant for a second there.
Yeah,
Oh wait, take the
sometimes
empty out. Take the
plants
empty.
move.
Empty.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, God, hold on.
You just doubled up here. You're like, I don't trust no bitches.
I don't! Look at all that we've lived through.
Oh my gosh, it makes it into like corn or something.
Ew. Corn on a pizza?
Okay, driver.
No, thank you.
Next time though, for sure, Z's.
Oh, we have no vent done. We're fucked. We're not mentioning this. This is...
Yeah, because I bet you they sabotaged the vents the whole time.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because Chaos stole the rice right out from underneath us.
I don't even know where Chaos is.
I don't either. He's probably hiding.
Little shit. Where would he hide? Chaos? Chaos?
Oh, there's Brosoph's body. There's a hiding spot in here. But she's not. Okay. I'm gonna get a gun just to be safe. There's nothing in here. Never mind.
For the best.
No, there's nothing in it.
Oh, you want the other one?
Sure.
Here.
There's nothing in this either.
Well, I just picked.
I know, but like who? Like everybody used all the guns. Damn.
I
How
am
we-
disappointed. I'm
That's
very
fair.
So
disappointed.
I hit a
I'm
bunch of
very
vents, and
disappointed.
then I went and took the rice.
Yeah. I
Where did you
literally.
go?
I hid forever.
I was doing such a good job at Kazushi, and then you killed me.
I know.
Because you were not nice. You were not being very nice. That's it.
You wanted me to stop working.
You said you were ignoring me, and I was like, that hurt my feelings.
You know what?
Yeah,
My
I mean,
feelings
Lois,
pointing
like,
a gun
you were
at
doing
me.
security, which is
You
just
could
as
tell
important
me
as
too. Very rude.
the food.
I was
Security is
supervising.
very important in a state.
Okay.
Why don't we have thumbs down?
We're about to stop being friends with each other after this.
Alimentations. Oh wait.
Let's say-
This
I was
one's
gonna
ready, it just
say,
needs a
those two
battery.
guys just came in here. Those two guys just came in here and didn't even mention that this was broken.
Which two guys? What color?
Dark blue
Uh-huh.
and red.
Okay, so it's Sturgeon Nick, maybe?
We need batteries though.
I don't like that. Broken top gun and
Alright, where's the battery? We need a battery. Where are all the batteries? That's the C4. I'm not touching that.
Why do you? They've got guns and they're running. I don't like it.
Who took all the batteries already? Who took all the batteries already? Sassy Bacas. Sassy Bacas, who took the batteries? Oh, here's a broken one. Okay, so there's a broken one in plants. Alright, let me just do this then. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, I will clean. This is in plants. I have to remember it's in plants. It's in plants. Plants, 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 plants. Plantsies! Hi, Wolfie! Plants, plants, plants. Oh. Holy shit. Ah! That was so fast!
I was literally just telling Pink, so I was like, it's totally Dirge and Nick. It's
I
and then
heard
Dirge
you
killed
have a gun
me
and
as I
have
turned
a
the
gun,
corner.
and
I was like,
oh, no.
I see.
No.
It was Broseph.
It was. I called it. I said they have a gun. They've got guns, and nobody listened, and you all
I
went.
was just trying to do my tasks. I'm just trying to do a good job.
My gun was empty,
I
to be
want
fair.
a promotion.
I want to say
If Broseph
everyone.
has a gun, you're in trouble. And
I wanna say
Pink, I
everyone's
was
good.
following behind you going, I don't think Pink realizes that everyone's dead.
Good job, everyone speed running that round.
I just wanted to... Listen, year-end reviews are coming up, and I just want to do a good job.
Oh, there's 3. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm gonna go do... Don't you guys come near pressure. I'm gonna do pressure drop myself.
Alright, I'm gonna do computers. And I'm taking a gun. Nobody fucking touch me. I'm doing computers. Oh my, already?
No, Chaos is doing pressure,
Okay.
but he can't have all the things you do. No
Alright,
way.
Office 2? Wait. Where'd that go? Sorry, I misread that.
That's the computer we're in right now. We
Okay.
need to go to camera.
Okay, I'll go over there. Verified.
Wolfie 7828 says I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
Stop all the downloading? No. I will not. I will not. Okay, Gigi, what's next? Gigi? Gigi, what's next? JJ! What's
Restaurant.
restaurant?
That one's done.
Okay. Restaurant. Restaurant. Y to verify. Now I know it's blue, not yellow. Office tree. Hmm. Hmm. That was very fun.
What do you mean?
Top of my
I'm
list.
looking for a screwdriver.
No, Dirge is top of my list. Dirge is top of my list.
Yep.
Ow! Ow!
Dirge is
Yep,
top of
yep.
my list. Dirge is... No, it's Dirge. It's Dirge. It was Dirge. Yes, done.
Okay, back to the
What?
back to the
What?
prep.
But I didn't do anything suspect
How is
there.
it-
One shot left in this
Okay,
thing. Yeah,
how
he's
are you
definitely killing people with
Broseph?
this thing.
How are you and Broseph bad every time? Meanwhile,
What?
it's on like 50 in a row.
I
with an
was
employee.
I don't know.
Okay, that's
I,
true. They were.
Poor Pink.
They were.
Pink threw her gun, and I picked up and shot her in the head with
I
it.
I won't lie. I followed Chaos and then purposely killed myself to try to get people to make him feel to think he was sus.
I
It's so
think
fun for that.
everybody's dead but us.
Oh, the first of that, you're time to strike.
Is Broseph bad
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, for some reason it did us again.
Oh, okay.
Machine.
They're hiding this thing.
Machine. Is pressure done?
No, because somebody hit all my stuff.
You should know Brosev's bad then. That's Brosev's MO. Is to hide your shit. This is my hiding spot. Right here. This is my hiding spot. I don't think anyone looks here. I throw all my shit here.
Even as like non-hostile, you can choose to be like, no, fuck you. I'm not. Like, I think that there's like a little bit more variety to some of the tasks. Like, I think it would be better.
Is Yaga dead?
Story, I got
Is Yaga dead? Oh. You're screaming.
I love the principle of if Broseph has a gun, then they are automatically a dissident.
That's problematic.
Oh, Yaga is alive. Okay.
GG, it's Broseph. GG, it's Broseph.
Oh no, Frozen, how are you gonna pull this off?
Remember,
What are you gonna do?
Dirk, remember, a blandy a day keeps the dissidents at bay.
Oh God. Oh God. What the? Where was that?
I don't know. Probably a bad idea.
It was Broseph.
Okay, well I killed them.
Good, because they tried to kill me. One more back. Stop doing that. Oh, we still got pressure. Fuck.
Dirge, what you did was dirty.
I'm working on the last vent.
Where's Dirge? Where's Dirge? Y'all did me dirty.
Down on me. Pressing down on you.
Literal circle, stabbing them with the same knife that they found the bodies.
I had a round a couple of months ago where I was playing with a friend of mine, and they were in the
Dirge.
pressure room, and I was like, I ended up killing all 5 people on the other team.
Oh my god.
It was very
Dirge.
The
satisfying.
pressure room's dangerous. Like that.
Dirge.
More of the stuff to be able to hurt you. What? What I
What?
do?
You know what you did. That was very not nice.
I will listen. I had to. Your gun fell out, and I had to help you find part of it back.
That was so cold.
I was like coming in there to kill you anyways, but I saw you had a gun, and I was like, "Oh, this is."
I needed to put it down to push the button.
I know, and then I picked it right up and shot you in the head with it. I'm so sorry.
That was so cold. Hi, Mock.
Just start stealing stuff. I literally said to myself, "No murder this round," but I couldn't find a screwdriver, and
Oh,
I got
God.
really upset about it. And I was like, "Well, I guess I have to kill."
Mock, how you doing? Welcome in.
Like Dirge and I were saying, keep the gun on you at all times so no one fucks with you either way.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're the good guy or the bad guy. You always gotta have that.
No, I do that. I run to go get the weapons as soon as we start. I
Yeah.
literally go run to go look for them.
I keep a
every
weapon
time.
in my offhand. Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta keep that thing on you.
Yeah. I keep a weapon in my offhand, even if I'm not the dissident. Yeah.
Gotta keep it strapped.
Keep it strapped.
This would also be crazy if you could, like, if the lobbies were slightly bigger and you had them full. I feel like it would get insane.
I mean, the custom ones I can make like 4 dissidents if I want to.
Oh, is 8 still the max though?
Yeah.
For,
Yeah.
players?
8's the max. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun. I really like this a lot. Thank you for the game again, Pink.
Yeah, of course. I literally I bought it for like almost everybody that's playing tonight because I was like, I want to play this.
This is like my favorite version of like this kind of game.
Same. I really liked First Class Trouble for a while, but this one's better.
Ooh, are you smoking that wacky tobacco?
Bumping elbows.
I
Yeah.
wrote my own wacky tobacco. Okay, it's almost done.
Fuck yeah.
Mine is less almost done.
Yeah, I said first if they're seeds that they're growing. I think so, but it is, yeah.
That was.
God damn it.
We didn't even get to the pressure. I didn't even find it.
Where was
Yeah, I
it?
didn't find the last one.
Where was the
Wait,
last?
this
Where
was
was
never
it?
open.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it is.
You know how to make meth and grow pot?
Each other
Amazing.
earlier. I found your dead body in the Suzushi room.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, sad.
I was
over
over,
there
over,
like-
over the pants stuff, and everyone told me
I was trying to do my best.
What, Chaos? I didn't hear you.
Computer's done.
I was doing vents.
I didn't hear you, Chaos.
I said
Where
I'm,
wasn't
leaving.
enough.
I'm leaving.
I
I'm
just
getting out of here.
want to.
Oh, see ya.
It's midnight.
E.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. So now Driver has to play. Driver. Driver.
Has to play. Oh, no.
Driver.
We need more
But,
people.
okay.
Yeah. More people.
Where was the last container hidden?
I didn't do them. I don't know.
I was evil,
Wait.
but like I couldn't find a screwdriver, so.
I'm not giving away hiding spots.
I know. I have a really good hiding spot.
Yeah, that's
So
so
wait,
fair.
okay, so
That's
it
so
was
fair.
Brosif and Hoomst?
Dirge.
I think I was evil, yeah, but like I couldn't find a screwdriver, so I wasn't
You
hiding
think
stuff.
you were evil. You think.
Yeah, pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, it was definitive.
I was
There was no question.
hiding things. Yeah.
I'm chaotic neutral,
You-
alright? No matter
I
what
was doing
situation, I'm
computers
chaotic
and I went to
neutral.
leave and you came and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna shoot Brosif.
I know. I was just
That
like,
was so
I was like,
fun.
dude, I was looking for a knife. Like, I had
GG,
no
ready?
weapon at all. I was just like looking around for anything,
yeah,
and then
so
boom.
sorry.
Pink, you weren't ready up. That's the funny part about that. You're
Oh,
the last one to ready
because
up.
no, because I changed the game rules.
Okay, I'm doing anal assist.
Computers. Delivery. Okay. I can do delivery maybe, possibly, if I don't die. Box. Oh, okay, so that's the little computer one.
killed Broseph, it sounded very suspicious, so just be aware. He
Oh.
announced it very, very blatantly.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I believe the exact words were, Broseph started attacking me, so I had to put them down.
Gotcha. I know exactly where this
Yeah.
one is if you want to be my
Oh, I have to go
escort.
to medical, but I'll follow you just to make sure, but I have to go to medical.
Okay. It's not that one, it's this side. Hi? Can I just
Hi.
deliver my package,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, please do. Please do. Please do your job. Yeah.
Oh.
really
There,
properly.
that's happening.
There, yeah.
Someone's
Okay.
doing.
I gotta go to medical. You guys don't better not be murderers.
I'm not a murderer. I'm just trying to put my package away that you were in front of.
Explosions
Yeah, so did I. Okay, that one's
I have to
done.
go to medical, and that makes
Okay.
me nervous.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Because
I don't have a weapon or
I don't
anything.
have a
Like,
weapon.
yeah.
yeah, I don't have a weapon.
Okay,
We're fucked.
let's go to medical, I guess.
Let's go to the right. Hold on. There might be. Oh, someone's in plants. Why? Oh, I remember the dead Bobby. Fine. And there's Gigi. Gigi's doing something. This isn't good.
Alexa, stop. One more delivery. Okay. Right there. Medical. So Dirge just in medical right now. Super sussy. There's Dirge. The only person I've seen is Dirge. There's no way it's just me and Dirge. Like, there's no way, right? Oh no, there's Gigi. There's Dirge, there's Broke. Okay, so there's a couple people still.
Somebody's peeking out. What are you doing, Pink? Why are you like an evil sloth? Why are you...
Because I can't find the last package, so I'm looking for dumb hiding spots.
Oh, yeah, bro. Is anything in a dumb place? I gotta go to medical.
Yeah, I can't find the last package. Somebody's failing in medical.
That's gonna be Dirge. It's Dirge.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Okay, somebody's failing in medical, so
I can.
go back to medical.
Who fucked off on it? Who?
You! It's Dirge. It's Dirge. I'm gonna go kill Dirge with the cassette tape because I was here with you.
Okay.
And Gigi's doing Gigi stuff.
Okay, that computer's done. There's nothing in that gun. All right, so the last oh no, the last package is not missing anymore. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I put it away. I did it.
Okay, okay. Okay, so computer 1 is done. Computer 2 is done. So what's the other computer we're missing? We're missing one more computer.
Okay, it's medical, right?
I'm looking right now. That one's done, so it's got to be whatever these two are. So not that one. So this one? Storage.
Storage?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah.
No, but you were doing shit.
Was there only
you were
one?
failing
There
it.
might have only been one evil person with
There
us.
was
I don't
two.
think I was
There was
evil.
two
I think
evil
you just
people.
murdered
There was
me.
two. There was two.
I'm so sorry, but I saw
think
you
it's
throwing the
going
box.
third.
Pink said that the medical got failed, and so I was like, okay, well, I was getting a container for Gigi and gave it to Gigi, and then went straight to Pink, which is nowhere near medical. So that's
I was doing
you,
computers
Dirge.
by myself, and then everyone else kept running around, and I was very confused, and then I got stabbed to death.
Okay, I was just logged out. He was playing all night. Yeah.
So who was the second one?
It has to be Dirge, and he just didn't know.
It's me.
It was Brosa. See, I even said that to my chat. I muted and I was like, Brosip's MO is to hide our shit, and I can't find the box.
Well, no, Broseph died immediately because I grabbed a gun.
I didn't get to hide anything. Dirt killed me instantly.
Oh.
Well, because you
I
started
murdered Nick
stabbing
real
me as
quick.
soon as I grabbed the gun.
In my defense, I forgot there was a
I
window
wanted
there.
that gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Nick just
I
eat a box,
said
and I'm
after,
like,
I'm like, Broseph
okay.
might not have been the bad person. They might have just wanted that gun.
I wanted that fucking
I was
gun,
like,
Dirt.
I've got shotgun. This is it.
God damn.
Well,
At least, you know, I told you why I killed you first. I was like, I saw that. Bam.
I was talking to Broseph and I theorized this when I was talking to them, and then you said it like a minute later. I'm like, oh yeah, there it is.
Oh, me. Sorry.
Is driver joining or no?
Driver!
I know how to count. I thought we only had 5. I'm stupid. Delivery complete. I'm doing Cooper.
Alright, who's gonna do pressure?
What is one?
Why do you think I'm gonna murder them?
That's kind of the point of the game, Dirge. Why on earth would anybody think I would murder?
For now on. Live your life, you know?
Driver, we all just want you to play. And we want KS to come back and get off throne and liberty.
One delivery.
Wait, this is medical, but is there is there another box in here? Is there one in here? Ah, here's the delivery box. Delivery. Is this it? Okay, so that was picked up. So where's the other boxes?
I've delivered 2.
All right, I found one. All right.
I've delivered one, but I've only found one.
Security. All right.
I've delivered 2.
No. There's no way, because there's still 3 deliveries to be done.
Well, I just delivered 1 to machine and 1 to leaf plant thing.
I just put one in medical. So how do we still have 3 deliveries? Deliveries. Very sussy. Very sussy.
I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood.
Office 4! Office 4! Alright, I guess I will do Office 4. Office 4 into storage. Office 4 into storage. It's Broseph! Broseph's hiding boxes! No! It's Broseph! It's Broseph! They're hiding boxes! It's Broseph!
No!
It's Broseph!
No!
I don't know! It's Broseph!
No!
Broseph!
Well, no.
I don't fucking trust anybody.
Nick stabbed me in the back.
I was trying so hard to
it
get a
you?
double kill. I
Oh,
was trying
there's
so
so
hard to get a
many
double
people
kill whenever
dead.
it came to
What
Broseph.
happened here?
He's not dead. I shot him twice. Stabbed him with a screwdriver. How's he not dead?
When you start this, I feel like it's always very chaotic.
How is he not dead? So you're saying, wait, so it's you two?
It's Broseph and Dirge!
God damn it! Nick just stabbed me in the back for no reason then.
She was running around with Dirge, so I just assumed. I was like, well, if you teamed up with Dirge, it can't be
He
good.
was doing that thing where he holds me hostage, but this time he just had a knife, so I was doing my computer shit, and then he walked out and stabbed me.
Oh, I'm crying.
Oh man.
God damn it.
And I had nothing. I couldn't even hit Broseph with anything. I just had to chase them around.
I don't understand how it was
Two
two
bullets
bullets.
just running.
You
the
You
tiniest
killed
little sprint.
everyone.
I put 2 bullets in Nick and hit him with a screwdriver, and he's still alive.
Oh, God.
How?
No, he's just like, where did
Oh.
Because you were with
Broseph and
Dirge,
Dirge.
and I saw Dirge hide something, so I was like,
You-
oh,
Hell
you must have teamed up with them.
Oh, God.
What?
Just bring chaos until we win.
Ugh.
That's all the strategy.
That was so funny.
Look whose fault it was. It was yours.
Did you like my
I could have
attitude?
done it.
Did you like my attitude?
No.
That's a lot of work. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that was pretty great actually.
That's a lot of work
Oh,
for
fuck
Nick.
this.
Fuck this. I'm going. Fuck this. I'd rather do
You know it's not a lot of work? There you go.
reading up.
Murder.
Bazushi, computers and delivery. Okay. Restaurant! 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 Okay, someone doing restaurant? Let's see. Oh, wait just a second. Okay, maybe they're not doing restaurant? Okay, I guess I'll go do restaurant.
Delivery for my boxes.
Right, I guess I will go. Rest.
Black lights and a mirror to go.
Box. Delivery. Box. Delivery. 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 Delivery.
Okay, computer. Not that one. This one. Why? Okay, that's one. That's one. Okay, what does next computer? Botanicals?
Wait, are you trying to do these two? Wait, are you doing these two? Wait, Pink.
What?
Are you clicking the cameras too?
The computers? Yeah.
Okay, well then I won't do them. 'cause I
No,
probably
you can do them
forgot.
together. It's just you just have to make sure that you're pushing the right ones. I think Gigi's doing that one anyway. Yeah, okay. Okay, what's the next computer?
Why did it not work?
Press Y. Here, I did it. Botanical. Botanical, I did it. I sent it. Do it again.
Okay.
Y. Okay, that one's done.
Successfully verified. Is anybody doing Pazushi right now?
I don't think so. Okay, medical. Yay! Okay, one more computer. One more computer. Camera. Okay, I'm going. What?
Stab me!
What's going on over there? GG. What happened? How come suddenly no more do? Oh. Oh.
Have you seen that last box? I think Broseph hit it.
I haven't. I literally just finished computers.
No, the box.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I just finished computers, so I was just in the
okay.
computer rooms.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, I need the last box for delivery, and then we have to do Pazushi.
Yeah, Broseph likes to hide that the...
Broseph.
Yeah, Broseph. Cool. Is that pot of plant? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like blood, yeah.
Yaka! Don't stab me!
Every single interaction I had was fucking phenomenal. I go to Gigi and I stab, and she goes, "Don't stab me." I kill her. I go to Gigi, he's like, "Hey, do you have a weapon?" And I kill him. And I go, "Yes." And then I go, "Hey, look, there's Broseph." And then she goes up to Broseph, and I stab her from behind.
Grace,
I'm
that's
just
exactly
standing
what
there
you
and I'm
said.
just
But
like-
then he decides to be nice instead. But then he still also told me the punchline, so it's still mean.
I killed
didn't do it.
everybody.
I know you did. I know.
I didn't kill Dirge. That was all Broseph. Just pulled out
That
a
was
gun
me.
in front of
Yeah,
me.
I saw
everyone
that.
too, and everyone let me.
Yeah, I saw it through the window, and I was like, "Broseph!" And then you came and then murdered me.
You were the first person I saw that seen it. I turned around and I'm like, "Oh."
There couldn't be any witnesses, Gigi.
I said, but I said, "Don't stab me." I thought that
you know
would
what?
work.
I'd already stabbed you when you said it, so there was like a delay.
Yeah, that was the delay.
Aw.
It was definitely the delay because I definitely, on my side, said, "Don't stab me," and then you stabbed me.
Oh, yeah, on my screen, I stabbed
Were
you,
you
and you went,
mad?
"Don't stab me," and then you fell to the ground, and I was like,
First,
"Oh,
were you
well."
evil? Was that
I'm not
correct?
bad. I'm just drawn this way.
Were you evil last time?
That was chaotic and hilarious.
Yeah.
I would have played if you were good.
I just want to do a good job. I have performance evaluation.
I can't believe I fell for that. Debate.
I just want to get a good delivery.
Alimentations and deliveries and put us down. Parts like that.
Botanical. Botanical. They ain't gonna get me. Restaurant. Oh my.
I don't know who had it, but I just thought that it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I don't know what the glowing was.
Okay.
Monsters in my heel.
Where's the last box? There's a missing box. Damn it.
West Hollywood. Where the fuck? I needed this battery for something. Rest.
I thought Gigi was gonna push it, but maybe she's not. Okay.
Alright, let's.
I figure maybe if I'm quiet enough, they like will kind of like not acknowledge me maybe? Oh, there's Yaga. Oh my god, this is so loud. Can't even fucking think straight. Is there anything left in this? Nope.
Delivery is done. I found the last box.
I'm working on computers. Oh, camera failed. Camera failed again. Who's in camera? Who's in cameras? Whoever's in cameras is bad. GG!
What? I'm pregnant yet.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
One more computer. To machine. I don't don't have any weapons. I have nothing. God damn it.
Trying to do this shit.
I'm trying to do this shit.
This is like my least favorite thing.
I mean, it's not the worst. All right.
There's no pressure valves.
That's true. All right. Let's see if somebody sabotages this one again.
Some sabotaging.
Okay, why?
Just let me know.
Why? Now we have to go back. Dirge has a knife. Okay.
Well, I've always had a knife.
Just for
Why wouldn't I have a
self-defense.
knife?
No, it's fine. Self-defense is good. Self-defense is important.
We love a self-defense moment.
Okay, computers are done. Alimentations is left. Okay, so this needs a blue on either end. So we can do like a blue and red and a red to blue or something.
Let's see what do I have. I have that one.
Night
Yeah.
Stalker.
Yeah, I
Maybe
totally
we
forgot
don't-
that I
Maybe
knew it was
we
Nick.
don't yell Night Stalker when we're killing people. Maybe. Just a thought.
I knew it was you because I found the last box in the place where you saw you throw the last hidden box.
Do you
I knew
ever
it was
have,
you.
Have you ever dreamed of when you, your,
When
your,
you and you have dream when you and you.
Oh my god.
But I forgot.
And
then I got died.
Save
me.
This might be
Please
my
save
last
me.
one for the night.
Okay.
I want to get
Okay.
my
Why
night
don't you save me?
cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
Working on my night cheese.
Save me.
Again.
Ben's computer set.
There's a vent in this computer room that needs to be done. Alright, and this needs to go to machine.
I'm on the weirdest version of weirdest part of TikTok right now.
I like all these ones.
Oh. I don't want to walk over there again. Somebody keeps failing computers. I wonder who it is. I'm gonna give it a second before I walk over there again. my god. Duh. Who is doing this? See? I have to pee so bad. I should have done it before this last round. I bet you I can pee, like, so fast. Like, I genuinely bet you that I could go and be back. I have literally walked over to the machine one like 4 times now, and by the time I get back, it's fucking sabotaged. That's why. Maybe Dirge will get it this time. Oh my god, come on. Oh, good. Finally.
Is there a vent in here?
Yes. I just saw Dirge. Dirge has it. Dirge has it.
Dirge took it?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, we killing Dirge?
No, he just took the dirt. He's doing it. He just did it. I did the computer in there.
Okay, alright, so, alright, thank you, I'll go kill him.
Oh my gosh, okay. Alright, what is that computer? Storage? Okay, what's the next one? That one's already done?
Yeah,
Oh, there's only one.
Those last 2 are done. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dirge had the filter in there. Did he finish it?
Did I?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send.
Cool.
I'll finish.
Alright, so the computers... storage, did you say?
Yeah, storage.
Okay, I'll go do the storage.
Okay.
You wait for that one.
We got one delivery left at Rose.
Oh, Broseph.
There it is.
That's weird.
We did all the vents? They're all done?
Everything's done but the last packet now, I think.
Okay.
Well, oh! Yeah, I got it. Okay, good. Now I can go pee.
Silent, but deadly.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Who killed you? Hello?
Yeah, see? It's either Gigi or they killed Gigi before she could do the computer.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were evil.
Jumping!
I did. That's it.
You could have done it! You could have done it yourself! Because
know,
that's where I hit it! I hit it your spot!
Alright.
I was hoping
Good night,
somebody
Broseph. Thank you for
would
playing.
you.
Good night.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks, everybody! This was so much fun!
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, definitely.
Good night,
Yeah,
everybody!
absolutely.
Good night.
Good night!
Bye. All right. That was fun. All right, so let's see. Let's see. I think Dirge is doing a 24-hour. Okay, bye! I think Dirge is doing 24 hours, 7 days. So we might raid into him. I don't know what he's playing. I don't know what he's playing after this, to be honest. That was very fun. Thank you again. Yes, thank you for playing, Dirge. That was so much fun. I can't wait to play again. It's so much more fun the more people you have, so I'm so excited. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's go right into Dirgy. Wait, is he going to sleep? If he's going to sleep, I might not raid into him. Let's see. Is he going to sleep? That was so fun. Thanks. Thank you for playing, Nick. It's been too long. Don't let it be that long again. But thank you so much. I'm so glad that you were able to play. All right, is he ending?
Yeah, I will. I am kind of sleepy, but I'm gonna play something. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. So Dirge is gonna keep going. Hello. Hi. Yaga, hey, hang out hang out 1 second. I want to see if I want to play something. Everyone go say hey to Dirge. He's going 24/7 live. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye. I just pee. Okay. See you guys later. Is it not gonna? No.